Whew. And we are officially into 2026. We are here back once again. New year, same old Sheffy though. So let's go ahead and start the show, y'all. Welcome back. That's right, we are back like we never left. We are here today, unfortunately, without our New York Knicks available to us tonight. But we do have a pretty good matchup very important if you are a Knicks fan to check in on, and that is the Miami Heat taking on the Detroit Pistons, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, Detroit Pistons, a team that is 2 games ahead of the New York Knicks in the standings right now. And so it is very important to check in on the opponents, especially when it comes to the Pistons. Because we have to root on their downfall. And then also maybe watching Miami either win or lose would not be too bad of a watch either. So here we are tonight in brand new 2026. Hopefully you guys didn't party too hard and you have the energy the way I'm struggling to have the energy tonight. But here we are because we don't take days off. We do not. Right? Unless we absolutely necessarily need to, we are going to be here watching these games as the season continues to go on because there's a fight night amount of games and we gotta watch as many of them as we can. And so here tonight, we're watching a very good matchup between the Pistons and the Miami Heat. Today's matchup is in Detroit, after Detroit went on a 5-game West Coast road trip in which I believe they went, 3-2? The last game against the LA Lakers, they ultimately dominated the second half against, Lakers team that doesn't play a whole lot of defense, but their bench came up huge. A bit of a resurgence game for Marcus Sasser. I don't have a player graphic for Marcus Sasser. He has not really played all year. He's been in and out with injuries, has not particularly been healthy to play this year, but he is here, he is back, he is ready to go, and boy oh boy did the Pistons need his ball handling, his shooting, his playmaking. The fact that they got another guy to do that and don't have to rely nearly as much, even though they still have to a lot, on Cade Cunningham to do pretty much everything for the team, but we'll get to those guys down there in Detroit. First, we will start with the road team and their best player, as always. And to me, that's Bam Adebayo, even though the probably counting stats here don't necessarily lay that out. But everything they do kind of revolves around the fact that Bam Adebayo is a really good, versatile two-way player. Karen, what's up, Karen? Happy New Year. Happy 2026 to everybody. We are here, baby. We are here in the new year. We've been partying all day. I'm tired. I'm a little exhausted. But we're ready to go. No, we haven't. But so for whatever reason, I'm feeling tired and lethargic today. What a disappointing way to come into 2026 with, right? Hopefully I'm not coming down with a little bit of a flu because don't need that. Don't need that to start the year. But we are here, of course, because we don't take days off. There's games to watch, so we're going to watch these games. But we are here. Bam Adebayo, 18.5 points, 9.4 boards, 2.5 assists. Not bad for Big Bam. I don't know. Is it bad? No. Is it disappointing? Probably not even disappointing. Do you still always want a little bit more from Bam? Just always feels like he's leaving a little bit something on the table for you. You want him to hit that perennial all-star competing for an all-NBA selection type of spot in his career, and he just hasn't ever really consistently gotten to that point. There have been times where he's been in consideration, and I think he's maybe even made 1 or 2 third All-NBA selections. But overall, you just kind of look at Bam's career and you go, I just want a little bit more. Can the mid-range shot come along? Can the passing be a little bit better? Can he actually knock down a three-point shot consistently? This year felt like he was redefining his game to do some of those things, to also help incorporate a guy like Khalil Ware, who we'll get to be inserted into the starting lineup. Like Bam, Khalil Ware can knock down the 3, and Bam's like, I could also maybe knock down a 3, especially if we have a big 7-footer down low. Not only can he help me defensively, but I can help him offensively, spreading it out to the 3-point line for him. We could both spread it out to the 3-point line. We could both dominate on the inside. And yet, Bam's not even really doing any of that too much. Chris Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Cameron said, asked this last time, no answer. What do you all think of these NBA people being arrested? If this is a no comment, say so. No, I guess I have a comment on it. I just don't think it's really that big of a deal. It's really only been two people. It's been Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups was something not necessarily regarding NBA stuff. It was off the court stuff, which NBA players have gotten arrested for off the court stuff before. Not too big of a deal, in my opinion. And then the Terry Rozier stuff is, what happens when the NBA gets in bed with these gambling sites. It happens in every sport. Terry Rozier was just dumb enough to get caught. Kind of the situation. Chris Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Raf Torres, what's up, Raf? I'm watching the game, but I'm going to cheer for Miami. Happy New Year and your family. Happy New Year to you and yours, Raf. We are officially in 2026. We are here. There's no going back. There's no reminiscing. We are here in 2026, a brand new year. New year, same old Sheffy show. Let's get to it. Bam, back to Bam. Bam has been solid. 1 steal, 1 block. Cool. 18.5 points. Cool. We can't get over 20 anymore. All right. We need somebody to take a step up here, or else we're just going to be locked in mediocrity for forever. And I'm not relying on Tyler Herro to be that guy. You brought in Norman Powell. Awesome. Who we'll get to. But you're not really doing anything unless a guy like Bam takes a step up, and he just hasn't. And it just kind of feels like Miami is just going to be stuck in the middle until they either go all in on maybe a Giannis trade or whoever becomes available, the next superstar to become available in a trade, or they get lucky with a draft pick. And maybe that guy is Khalil Ware. Probably not, but you can't rule it out, but you never know. Rafael Perez, what's up, Rafael? Darnell, Lano Monas, Doug Fresh, what's up, everybody? Let's do it. Let's get over to Tyler Herro, who is going to miss tonight's game, of course. He's been in and out of the lineup after starting the year injured, finally came back, and then, like I said, he's been in and out, playing a couple of games, missing a couple of games, and you just need consistency. I think this Miami team is actually better without Tyler Herro. He's kind of entering that Trae Young situation right now where the team is just better without him because he's such a liability defensively and doesn't really fit into their offensive system right now. Now, should they adjust their offensive system in order to have Tyler Herro be a little bit more effective? They should. But at the same time, how much are we going to change up when Tyler Herro is just a turnstile defensively? He is one of the most destructive defensive players in the league alongside of a guy like Trae Young, which is why Trae Young's on the trading block right now and likely seems to be traded. I think Tyler Herro is not going to be far behind him. I think there's a reason Miami has called up almost every team with an available star, and they were like, hey, we'll give you Tyler Herro and some picks. And every team is like, we're good. What kind of value does Tyler Herro have? What is he going to do for this organization? Not much. At some point, somebody will bite on a guy like Tyler Herro. Maybe it's Milwaukee with the Giannis trade. But either way, Tyler Herro right now will not be playing, so not much to go over right now with him. We get the Norman Powell. We've talked about Norman Powell. We've covered a couple of Miami games so far this year, and I have the same things to say about him almost every single time. Dan Tim, what's up, Dan Tim? Chris said, Happy New Year's. What's the goal for your channel this year? I haven't given it too much thought. The goal for 2025 when we entered the start of this year was to have at least one live stream, one show, hit a peak concurrent viewers of over 1,000. And we accomplished that. We accomplished that on Christmas Day with the Knicks game. It was incredible. It was fantastic. I'm very appreciative of you guys for making that happen because like I always say, I don't do any of this. I just hit the go live button, and you guys are the ones liking the stream. You guys are the ones spreading it out to people. You guys are the ones spreading the word. I do a terrible job of marketing myself. That was the goal for this season. Coming into the season, I was like, that's my goal. I want one live stream to hit a peak concurrent view of at least 1,000 concurrent viewers, and we hit that on Christmas Day. So I have to come up with a new goal for this season, and then obviously come up with new goals for 2026. I haven't given it too much thought. The season is fully on the way. I've been swamped doing things of setting up this, doing stuff outside of the channel, trying to get things set up for the future of the channel, trying to get the store up, trying to get the merch out, and all these different things. It's a lot of work to do by yourself. It's just a lot of moving parts where also I'm like, oh yeah, I have to go live tonight, so I have to make sure I have all the player graphics set up, all the player graphics updated, and do all the things. So we will get there. We will have new goals. I will let you guys know. But as of right now, we're just keeping the show going. Maybe we're just keeping the show going. Chris said, if your goal this year is anything we can help with, let us know. Knicks Nations appreciate you. Appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. You know, it's not up to you. All I'm going to ask from you guys is to tune into the shows and hit the like button. That's all you guys need to worry about. All you guys need to worry about. That's the best thing you could do to help continue the channel growth, right? Because ultimately, what the goal is going to be something associated with the community growth, with the channel growth. But I think we're just on a pretty good path right now. We're doing well. The growth is exponential right now. It's blowing up a little bit in comparison to some of the slower growth we had when we were much smaller. Now we're a little bit bigger. We're at 2,700 subs right now, which is nice, which is cool. You know, not the most important number. I think the most important number to me is average concurrent viewership for a show. You know, how many people are showing up to the shows and actually hanging out with us as we watch. And I got to tell you, it's as high as it's ever been. Literally, like, almost double, almost 2.5 times what it was last year, which is pretty crazy growth in my opinion. Was not expecting that. I was hoping for maybe double by the end of the year, and we have been hitting that a quarter of the way into the year already. So hopefully we continue to grow, brother. Appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate you. Raft Perez said the Knicks have won. They would have won if Mitch Robinson was playing. Fair. Very fair. They probably would have. They had a 19-point lead. They really struggled to rebound in that fourth quarter. Anthony Towns got dominated on the boards. Ariel Hukporty wasn't that much better. They didn't really have a ton of guys to turn to. With Mitch Robinson out, with Josh Hart out. I mean, if they have the Josh Hart, they probably win that game, right? But you also have to look at the Spurs side of it. They didn't have Devin Vassell. Wembanyama goes down in the fourth, which I think ultimately Wemby was playing extremely well. So it's not like they won it because Wemby went out. But Luke Cornett came into the game and just changed the game with the flopping and the foul baiting, falling all over the court, and also just snagging rebounds in the paint over Karl-Anthony Towns. Like I said, Karl-Anthony Towns did not have a good rebounding game, and that's kind of the thing I wanted to see him do well, right? Just that the goal is to call Knicks games in June. Absolutely. The only issue with that, Just Dad, is I have no control over that. So I'm hoping for it, but that's nothing I can help, right? I'm just along for the ride in that regard. I'm hoping for it, but other things I have more control over. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? We need to win as much as we can. Home court in the playoffs means a lot. It does. It does. Especially if you were looking to make a finals run, if you can get home court, snag that number 1 seed and get home court for the entirety of the Eastern Conference run. Man, that would be great. That would be great. Georgia Prixis. What's up, Georgia? Giannis got bodied yesterday by Sar. Giannis is always getting dunked on. Nothing new. Nothing new with Giannis. He's consistently trying to challenge guys at the basket. Just that the Champagne got absolutely fired. They did. They did. Just that said, oh, you have total control? I wish I had total control of that, because I would literally grind myself to the bone if I had any sort of control in making sure the Knicks get all the way to the finals. Georgia said, Prix is in Grand Prix. Okay, so it's Prix. Georgia Prix. What's up, Georgia? Appreciate you. Raph Perez, Miami. Room for Miami tonight. I got a room for Miami if you're a Knicks fan, right? We got Detroit ahead of us. Chris said, how about 4K subs as a goal? Not a bad goal. But like I said, the sub number isn't super important to me. Like it's important for it to grow. So, you know, we could possibly have more opportunities. You show people you have a large following with subscriber numbers. But there are other goals that I think are more important to me than just the subscriber number. Like I said, I think average concurrent viewership, which you guys aren't privy to, but I am on the back end of the streams, is a more important number for me. But, you know, again, I haven't set any personal goals right now. Right now, I'm focused and locked in on getting a couple of things done before I start focusing more so on growth right now. David said we got a real tough back-to-back. They do. The Knicks have a tough back-to-back coming up. They have Atlanta first with Kristaps Porzingis back, so that just fundamentally changes that team. They're pretty good again. With no Trae Young, so that makes them tougher to guard and tougher to play against, because now they're full of just really good lockdown defenders. And then you have Philadelphia again on the second half of the back-to-back for the Knicks. Georgia said, my top plays today, Queta, Simons, Powell, and Wiggins. I like Queta because he didn't have a great game the other night. Simons is interesting. He's a wild card. And then you got Powell and Wiggins. Wiggins is also interesting. He's another wild card. Going up against the Wings of Detroit. We'll see it. We'll see how he matches up. They're going to need him. They're going to need him for sure. Judge that said the Pistons don't wear the crown all that well. David said JB is a total star. London, New York. Mentioned him in his speech. Crazy. Crazy. Norman Powell, let's get back to the pregame real quick. Norman Powell, he's been solid. He's been great. He's been phenomenal. Nothing outside of what we've talked about all year with Norman Powell, with all the Miami Heat games we've covered. No Bam, no Herro, no problem. Doesn't matter who's in the lineup. Powell has been consistently in the lineup, and boy, oh boy, has he continued to show out. He has somehow made an even bigger leap than he did last year when he kind of made the leap to stardom. He is probably right now in the discussion for making the All-Star team, for keeping this Miami Heat team above water as Bam was out. Herro missed the first start of the year. Here he is. 24 a game is crazy. 3.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, not bad. Under 2 turnovers is very good. 41 from the three-point range, almost 50 from the field is excellent. Excellent for Norman Powell. Just that said, I had a pulled pork bagel today. Highly recommend. It does sound delicious. Chris Bashville said, random, who you got, Hawkins Jr. or Alvarado? Oh, and today, like, if I had to bet money on it, probably Hawkins. Hawkins is more important to his team and will have the ball in his hands. Georgia said it's because Herro and Larson are always hurt. True. When he has Jaime Jaquez as his leasher, they're both unstoppable, consistent points all game. Yeah. I mean, Jaquez is already proven, and we'll get to Jaquez in a second here. He's already proven how important he is to this team. He's one of the leaders in the clubhouse, for at least he should be. 6th man of the year. He's been fantastic. And we'll get to Jaime Jaquez, but let's get to Andrew Wiggins here. 16 points per game, 5 boards, 3 assists. Solid. I say the same thing. I have the same spiel about Andrew Wiggins every single time we cover him. It feels like Andrew Wiggins is trying to find his game his entire career, who he actually is as a basketball player. He's an average defender on most nights, but then every now and again, he just locks up defensively, and he's a lockdown perimeter defender. It's like, oh, I guess he's that guy tonight. I guess he's Scottie Pippen tonight. He's causing disruptions and turnovers and deflections and block shots and all of the things. And then other nights, just kind of average. And then some nights, he's just bad, just lackadaisical and lazy. Some nights, he's a sniper from three-point range. Other nights, he can't buy a basket from the perimeter with his jump shot. He averages out to a 38% three-point shooter, which is good. It's very good. I believe the average of this year is hovering around 37, 38 right now. But my goodness, does it feel like sometimes he's either feast or famine? Almost very rarely does he give you an in-between game. Raph said, who are you cheering for, Sheffy? Not necessarily cheering for anybody in particular, but because I don't really want to cheer for Miami to win, but I'm definitely not cheering for Detroit to win. So I'm mostly cheering for Detroit to lose, but not necessarily for Miami to win. If there was a situation where both teams could lose, that would be phenomenal. But obviously, technically, I guess I'm rooting for Miami to pull off the game tonight. Just because for us Knicks fans, it is more important that Detroit loses than Miami loses. Because I'm really not worried about Miami, right? Really not worried about Miami whatsoever. Not looking behind us as Knicks fans in the standings. I'm looking ahead of us, and that is Detroit. And so you have to root for Detroit to lose. David said, I tried everyone saying this year's the best year for the Knicks to win because of all the injuries in the league, but you still got to play all the games for sure. This is why you play the games. No team is out of it. No team is out of it whatsoever. And Detroit has been phenomenal this year, so the Knicks have to compete with them. Absolutely have to compete with them. Karen said, subs help YouTube formula, but reality is that someone can do it once and never come back. Joining would be better, but not all of us can afford the sport that way. Absolutely. The only thing I ever ask of you guys in the community is just to tune in and hit the like button, right? I'm not going to ask you to be a member. I'd appreciate it, but I'm not going to ask you to. It's part of the reason why I made it so cheap. It's simply just a support tier. So I'm not even trying to incentivize you to do it. Just if you would like to, I'd appreciate it, but you don't have to. And then with the Super Chats, I'm never going to ask you for Super Chats. Not going to do it. I don't think it is a It is a thing that if you have expendable income that you would like to use to say support a creator, that is entirely up to you. To ask for a creator, for somebody who is leading a community or is in charge of a community, to ask the community for money, to me is like, what are we doing here, right? This is a free platform. We should keep it free. You guys should not have to pay in order to interact with the host of the channel, right? We're all just here hanging out. We're all on the same level, right? Which is why I try my best to try to get to every single comment. Obviously, as the community has grown, it gets a lot more difficult to get to every single comment, but that has always been the goal of mine ever since we started and people actually started watching. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to hang out with you guys. I'm not here to stand in front and for you guys to throw money at me and for me to beg you guys for money. That's not what this is about. This is about a community of people who enjoy basketball, who specifically enjoy the Knicks. That's how it started. That's how it's going to be for as long as I'm able to do this. David said, who would be rather see Mitch play against? Who would you rather see Mitch play against, the Hawks or the Sixers? Maybe the Hawks. Maybe the Hawks. Because without Mitch against the Hawks, you're putting yourself on the back foot against the, well, you also might have Embiid playing. So, the Hawks. Because I don't want Embiid, doing what he did before, trying to pull down Mitchell Robinson and hurt him again. So play him against the Hawks. Try and make sure you secure that victory, go into the Philly game, knowing you're going to be without Mitchell Robinson, and try to pull that one out as well. So that's kind of where I'm at. Just that said, hopefully you get paid from the barrage of commercials. I'm hoping to get to a point where we can eliminate commercials because of the influx of brand sponsorships. But that is reliant on community growth, which is why I'm also, my goal is consistent viewership and not necessarily like subs. Subs are great, and I ask you guys to subscribe because then you would be notified when we are live. But the more important number when talking to these brands about sponsorships is consistent viewership. Like how many people are tuning in to actually watch it, how many people are going to see our brand in whatever way we're going to sponsor it. But it's also about finding the right brand to sponsor. Like if I wanted to, I could hit up any of the gambling sites right now and they would probably give us a sponsorship. And we could make money off of that, and I could tell you guys where to bet, and we could have a whole segment about betting. But I've already told you guys, I'm not a big bettor. So it would be a lie for me to get on here all of a sudden and be like, well, they're paying me to do this, so you guys should also spend your money on these betting websites. I just don't. That's just not something I think I should be advertising to you guys. You guys get advertised betting stuff enough, right? Betting is everywhere. You don't need me to advertise to you about betting, right? About gambling. You don't need that. You're already getting advertised that watching regular basketball games. You don't need me to tell you that you should be gambling because I don't gamble, so I can't tell you should probably gamble. It's not something I enjoy. People come in all the time and talk about their bets and their parlays and whatnot, and that's fine. Whatever you want to do, it's your money. You do what you want with it. And we could talk about it. I think it's interesting to talk about, but being somebody who doesn't participate in that, I can't then accept money from these gambling sites to then tell you guys you should be gambling. It's just not something I think that I should be doing, right? I get why other people do it. They're more so into the gambling stuff. Me, I would just feel wrong doing it. I would feel wrong doing it. Just that said, brand of EV pills and casinos. There's a couple of websites, not websites, but a couple of brands I've looked into. It's about reaching out to them and just getting to that point where they would want to work with you. But for now, it's just us, y'all. Just us. Jason, what's up, Jason? George just said, you're anti-corporate, using a corporation for the stream. Interesting. Why aren't you on Kick? That app is anti-corporatism. Because I think the community that is on Kick is a really, really strange community that has been kicked off of other sites. It's not about being anti-corporate. It's about understanding what you're advertising to people. And I'm not going to advertise something that I don't entirely believe in myself. Raf said, Raf Perez said, I've been watching you since 2 months ago. Appreciate you, Raf Perez. Raf Torres said, I've been watching you your show for 6 months already. Appreciate you, Torres. Appreciate you. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? Only discovered, subscribe this year. Your tape has to be circulating. Enjoy your time in this and on this platform. Appreciate you, Bruce. Appreciate you. Hopefully, it's going to be for a long time. Going to be for a long time. Lionel Monas, what's up, Lionel? I only bet on Sheffy streaming all Knicks games unless something happens. We will miss one Knicks game this month. This month is my birthday. My birthday is this month. And so we will miss one of the games because I will be going to one of those games. Probably around the 20th, one of those games. I think the Dallas game right now is the one I have circled, is the one we're actually going to be going to the Garden to watch. But obviously, I will let you guys know when that is set in stone. But we will miss one Knicks game this month. It will be the first the Knicks. Oh, no, the second. Technically, we missed the Knicks game earlier. There was a family emergency I had to tend to. But it will be the second Knicks game we will miss. It will be a planned miss, though, unfortunately. But, you know, I will be in the Garden. MOBA Gamers, what's up, MOBA? Who might win today? It's going to be a close matchup. Detroit has the edge. They should be favored. I'm hoping Miami pulls it out, though. David said Washington playing a 500 ball in December. That first-round pick is looking good for us. It is, but they got a bunch of tanking teams also hot on their heels. Also, you know, come towards the end of the year, if they're even close to missing out on that pick, suspect a bunch of injuries to hit Washington to make sure they lose a bunch of games. Karen said, stick to your ethics and keeping it family-friendly, Sheffy. Appreciate you, Karen. Appreciate you. I just, you know, I don't want to have to. This is a free platform, right? And you choose who you want to watch. And if I start advertising things and you're like, all right, dude, I would expect you to stop watching. I've watched people, content creators, on YouTube, on Twitch, on other streaming platforms, and they start to build a following, and then they just start advertising literally anything and everything, and I just get to a point and I'm like, all right, man, what are we doing? You know, what are we doing? Like, it can't at least be something that you're somewhat interested in. Like, I promise you, I'll try my best to not do any sponsorships for a brand that I haven't at least tried or somewhat even believe in, right? Like, I won't just sell you some snake oil stuff. I'll do my best. Jason said, I'm pretty sure that family emergency was the first day I ever opened your stream. Yeah, we were live for like 20 minutes. We were halfway through our pregame, and then something happened, and I had to go take care of it. And then I thought, well, I could take care of it real quick and just still come back to the game. We'll miss the pregame, but we can still do the game. But it just kind of snowballed, and was like, I have to pause everything and go take care of it. But stuff like that happens. You got to take care of your family. You got to take care of when things pop up. It is what it is. But like I said, outside of situations like that, we are here every single time. Every single time. Mobile said, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and to everyone involved. David said, I'm tired. All other ones, they're horrible. You're the best, man. Keep it up. Appreciate you, David. Appreciate you. Jason said, your running off made you seem relatable. So bad to tune back in. Appreciate you, Jason, man. I mean, you know, some life gets in the way. What are you going to do? Ignore people? Like, you got to put a pause on it. We'll be back. Just Dad said it was a professional way to do it. Appreciate you, Just Dad. Appreciate you. I mean, I'm trying. You guys know. It's a one-man band. Trying. Right? If there was somebody else involved, I could be like, hey, you need to take over. I'll be back on the next one. But obviously, with nobody else, you just kind of got to shut things down. We are doing a terrible job of getting through the pregame. We have 6 minutes to get through both teams here. Andrew Wiggins, inconsistent. Jovic, inconsistent, although he is coming off one of his better games of the year. He had 22 points. Gabriel, what's up, Gabriel? Have a good one, everybody. Can't miss a show anymore. Thank you for your work, G. Appreciate you, Gabriel. Appreciate you. Dave Del Rosario, what's up, Dave? Happy New Year, Chef. You always look great and amazing. Appreciate you, Dave. Appreciate you. Tommy Polk said Heat need to win. They do need to win. It would be nice to see Detroit lose as well, right? We'd also need a Detroit loss. Jovic coming off one of his better games this year. Scored 22 points. Shot it really well. Bam Adebayo, Norman Powell all talked, and Heath praised on Nikola Jovic to keep his head up and continue to fight through it. He's big as hell at 6'10". He should be able to finish in the paint over smaller defenders. He should be able to shoot over guys and knock perimeter shots down. Just hasn't really worked that way out so for his career so far. Kel'el Ware has been excellent so far this year. He's taken a bunch of leaps in a bunch of different areas. Jamie Mayall, what's up, Jamie? Detroit, strong and physical. They are. That's what makes them so good. Just that said, I prefer your voice with the game. Appreciate you, Just Dead. Lewis, what's up, Lewis? Happy New Year. Go Miami. Appreciate you, Lewis. Appreciate you. I'm also kind of rooting for Miami tonight. Mason Meguar. What's up, Mason? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you, brother. Kel'el Ware, 12 a game, 10.5 boards. He's been excellent, 1.4 blocks. He's in the starting lineup tonight with Tyler Herro out. When Tyler Herro starts, he's not in the starting lineup anymore. But I don't know. I kind of like the double bigs between him and Bam. I think you continue to play them and develop that because they're both extremely versatile players. It's not like Robinson and Towns where they both are good at some things and really bad at other things. Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo are both really versatile bigs. I think you just lean on the double big lineup there. He's also your best prospect. Continue to develop that Spoelstra in Miami. It's going to be really important for the future of this team because at some point you're going to trade off some young guys. Maybe Ware's going to be one of them, or some veteran guys like Bam or Herro or whatever to help improve your team and possibly bring in a star. And Kel'el Ware should be a big part of that next step for the organization. Dylan Blankenship, what's up, Dylan? Sean Thompson, what's up, Sean? Jamie said 110-98 Detroit. Ooh, 12-point victory. All right. Dylan said, got $10 for Miami tonight. Going to be a close game. I hope it's going to be a close game. Hopefully we get a good one tonight. We get the Jaime Jaquez. Jaime Jaquez should be in the running for Sixth Man of the Year this year. He's been fantastic. He's been phenomenal off the bench. This offense seems tailor-made for his kind of skill set. He's big, he's strong, he's long. He's able to take guys off the bounce. He's an excellent finisher in the paint, especially through contact, 51% from the field. Still can't buy a basket from three-point range, but he does get 15.4 points per game, 6 boards, 5 assists. There's a little bit of everything. He's kind of their version of Josh Hart off the bench. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Happy New Year to you. Davion Mitchell has been their starting point guard this year, and Davion Mitchell is good. He's solid, but he's nothing spectacular. 10 points per game, 8 assists per game. Just kind of does his job. A little bit of an old school point guard in the sense of he just brings it down, sets the offense up, and kind of gets out of the way. Occasionally he'll put up a shot. 37% from three-point range is not bad. 50% from the field. Takes smart shots. Doesn't take a lot of them. Isn't a high volume offensive player. Just plays his role, plays it well, and plays it smart. 1.5 turnovers to about 8 assists is excellent. Assist-to-turnover ratio for him. Cav and Official, what's up, Cav? Triple J is pivotal for us. Jaime Jaquez, he is. He's like I said, he's kind of the. This offense feels kind of tailor-made for him. Pelle Larsson is out with an injury today, an ankle injury, so he will not be playing. Simone Fontecchio will probably get some minutes with Larsson out. He's kind of been out of the rotation as of late with Tyler Herro back and Pelle Larsson in the rotation ahead of him, but with Pelle Larsson out and Tyler Herro out. Expect some Simone Fontecchio. He was lighting the nets on fire from three-point range to start the year. He's down to 37%, which is still really good, but comparison to where he was to start the year, that is a big, big fall. Tyson Bryan, what's up, Tyson? Gabriel said Fontecchio missed the last 2 games for a technical decision. Do you know if he's going to play tonight? He's probably going to play today. I do believe he's available. I checked the injury report. He was not listed on it, so he should be available to play today. Should be no issues. Jesus Ferrer. What's up, Jesus? He wins today? Maybe. Daniel Tilson. What's up, Daniel? We get to the Pistons. We finally got to the Pistons. We only have a couple minutes left for Cade Cunningham. It's fine. Not much to say about Cade other than things we've always said about him. He's a phenomenal leader, one of the best leaders in the league. He's having a phenomenal year. He's kind of on the outskirts of the MVP conversation, but his name will be brought up, especially with Detroit having the best record in the East. 47% from the field is great. 33% from three-point range is bad. The turnovers continue to be bad at 4 a game. Way too high for Cade Cunningham, but that's kind of been his Achilles heel since coming into the league. Turnovers and poor perimeter shooting. Jalen Duren has taken that next leap for his team, and it's part of the reason why the Pistons have been so good to start the year. 18 points per game, 11 rebounds. Started off extremely hot, averaging over 20 and 12. He's now obviously dipped down a little bit, but this average of 18 and 10 is exactly where you want him. He's actually closer to 8. 18 and 11. I mean, 8. He's closer to 11. 18 and 11 is really good for Jalen Duren. He's been fantastic. He's been phenomenal. He's also anchoring the defense. He's been great. All-Star Thompson hasn't made the necessary leaps that I think teams want to see him make, or the Pistons specifically want to see him make. He did have a little bit of his career taken away from him with an off-the-court medical injury with his heart. So the development has been a little bit of a step behind, but 11.5, 5.8, 2.6, not bad, but you always want a little bit more from him. Also still can't buy a basket from the perimeter, sub 30% from three-point range now. We're also getting close to really tip-off here, so we're going to get there in a second here. Jaden Ivey's coming back. He's been a little bit of a shell of himself, but he has been playing much better as of late. Still knocking down that the perimeter ball, which is very important for his continued development if he wants to stay with the Pistons and play alongside Cade Cunningham. Tobias Harris, the veteran that Detroit needs, although he is in street clothes today, he will not be playing. Big time loss for the Detroit Pistons because he's kind of a steady force for this team. Ron Holland, a little bit of a disappointing second year, although he has been playing better. Percentages ticking up just a little bit. 42% from the field, he was sub 40 before. 25% from three-point range, he was sub 25. So they're slightly getting better as the season goes on. He's playing a little bit better, but he was the 5th overall pick, and I think expectations are a little bit higher with him, but at only 20 years old, still has a lot of time left to continue to grow. We're getting ready for the tip-off here. We got a couple more guys to go through. Isaiah Stewart, 10.1 points per game, 5.8 rebounds. He's there. Jaime Jaquez, he's their most consistent role player and their best role player off the bench, kind of their 6th man. He comes in, protects the rim, block shots, 2 block shots per game. The 3-point shot is returned, although it was hovering around 40 for a while. Now it's down to 37. Game not started. Game starting literally right now. But we'll get to it. They're lining up for the tip-off. I'll let you guys know. We got the Duncan Robinson, big acquisition for them with the loss of Malik Beasley. They needed somebody to replace the three-point volume. Duncan Robinson's done a serviceable job of doing that. 38.5% from three. We know what he can do. Also pretty good at attacking closeout. Caris LeVert has been that wild card that is super wild. Every now and again, he gives you a 20-point outburst, and then every now and again, he'll give you an 8-point outburst. And that will wrap it up. The only guy we don't have a player graphic for right now is Marcus Sasser, who's just kind of come back from injury, reinserting himself into the lineup. But we could talk a little bit more about him as the game goes on. As it just tipped off, Miami has the first possession. Wiggins has it up top, dancing with it, stops, turns, spins in the lane, puts up the floater, got it to go over Duncan Robinson to start. And when you play the Detroit Pistons, you really want to go at Duncan Robinson. He's kind of the weak link defensively. He's not terrible. He's got good size, but obviously not overall a good defender. Cade Cunningham has it in the post against Wiggins, flips it up with the left hand on a little push shot in the paint. Got it to go. That's a tough shot from Cade Cunningham right there with the offhand, and he got it to go down, nothing but net. He looked very comfortable shooting it. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Cunningham, crosses over to his left, step back, fall away midi, got it to go for Davion Mitchell. Both teams going back and forth, all ready to start, 4-2. Cunningham up top coming to his left, they lob it down low, and is that Duren? Thompson got the dunk to go down. Excellent slip by Thompson when he came up to set the screen for Cunningham. He slipped the screen before setting it. Cunningham wisely and beautifully dropped the pass over the top to him. He goes up. He didn't get the dunk down clean, hit off the back of the rim as he got fouled by Wiggins, but he didn't hang on the rim, which would have caused a offensive basket interference. He let go of the rim wisely, and it ended up falling through. So now he gets a 3-point play as he knocks down the free throw. 5-4 to start the game. And 11 minutes to go. We're now fully a minute into the game. Mitchell has it on the right wing, being guarded by Cunningham. Mitchell gets it over to Ware. Ware springs it out to Wiggins, knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off Wiggins? No, they're going to say it's off Robinson. ATM, what's up, ATM? Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard Johnson? It's me, the kid. What's up, it's me, the kid? Jamie M. McKnight, what's up, Jamie? Norman Powell tried to put up a fall-away baseline jumper, got blocked out of bounds by Thompson. That's what Thompson does. Jamie said, yes, I won both team scores in the first minute. Nice. They lob it in the Bam. Bam in the high post, swings through to his right, stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Bam in the middle of the lane, puts up the floater, in and out, can't get it to stay. Isaiah Stewart gets the start, by the way. Thompson bringing it with Harris out. Thompson bringing it down the other way, 1-on-1 against Norman Powell, leans in, puts up the floater high over Khalil Ware, and he gets it to go down. And a 7-4 start here for the Pistons. Norman Powell bringing it down the other way. He has it on the right wing, being guarded by Thompson. Spins to his right, going along the baseline. Swings it out to Wiggins. Wiggins gets it over to Bam. Bam in the high post yet again. All the way foul line jumper. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Knocks off the top of the backboard, and Duren able to clean it up. Here comes Cunningham. Cunningham up top being guarded by Mitchell. Crosses over to his right. Powell forced to switch onto him. Powell, not a very good defender. They lob it over the top to Duren. A bad pass for Cunningham. A turnover, his first of the game. First of probably many tonight. Almost picks the pocket of Andrew Wiggins trying to get it back. Mitchell sprays it out. Powell wide open left wing three, and he knocks it down. A nice big shot from Miami there. They needed it, and they're tied back up at 7. The first made 3 of the game tonight. Cunningham has it on the right wing, being guarded by Wiggins. Cunningham now stuck in the corner, being guarded by Wiggins, calling for another screen. Coming to his left off the Stewart screen, driving it down in the paint. Stops, step back, pump fake, ball away, draws the foul. Can't get the shot to go down, but he will go to the foul line for 2. Tommy Polk, what's up, Tommy? Come on, Heat. We got this. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. Dramatic K, what's up, Dramatic? Norman, 18 points? I mean, the average is 24, so I would hope he gets at least 18 points. I'm going to close my window, man. It's too cold in here. I would hope Norman Powell can give them 18 points. They're going to need it. Jamie said, I also have the Pistons money line in Cunningham 25 plus. Pretty good bet. They should be favored tonight. Johnny Bear, bet on the Heat. Daniel Tilson, should be a good game. It should be. I'm hoping for it. I think the only way it's not a good game is if Detroit's physicality takes over and they end up blowing out the Heat tonight. Bam has it up top after Cunningham knocked down both free throws. Bam driving it down now, throws up a floater over Stewart. Can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Ware tipped it up. Bam made him grab it. They can't get out. Swing it around. Norman Powell wide open. Right wing 3 for Powell. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball yet again. And Duran able to knock it to himself and saves it over to Thompson. And Cunningham bringing it down the other way. It is 7-9. Forgot to give Cunningham the 2 free throws there. Cunningham in the paint yet again. Flips it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go down over Mitchell. Tried to take advantage of the size mismatch there. Mitchell on the right wing. Cross-court pass. Powell another open 3. If they keep giving Powell open 3s, man, he's going to make you pay eventually. He knocked down his first one, missed his second one, and then knocks down the third one here. Great pass from Davion Mitchell on the cross-court heave. Jose L. Julianify? Julianify? What's up, Jose? They swing around the Stewart a 3, can't get it to go. I'm not technically a chef, not in the traditional sense. I do be cooking elsewhere, though. I do be chefing it up elsewhere. Wiggins has it on the right wing. Step back 3 over Duncan Robinson. Can't get it to go. But a late foul call on the 3. A closing foul, a closeout foul on Duncan Robinson. A landing violation on Robinson. Should give Wiggins 3 free throws here. He is behind the line. Dylan Blankenship said, dope commentary. Appreciate you, Dylan. Appreciate you. If I could show you guys the game, I would. But unfortunately, I can't. And so I'm just going to try and describe it as best as I can. It's like listening to the radio. Vincent Benite. What's up, Vincent? Once Powell gets on fire, you're in trouble. Yeah, once, they're letting Powell they so far have let Norman Powell get up 3 wide open 3s. Right? He's 2 for 3 to start. He's missed 1 of them. But all 3 of them have been pretty damn open. If you let that guy get open and get hot, you're going to be in for a long night for sure. James Sumley, what's up, James? I'm here for the support. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate you. Sadu Barry, what's up, Sadu? Bruce Fowler said, better than radio. Appreciate you, Bruce. Appreciate you, man. I'd like to think it is better than radio just because we get to actually talk and interact. Victor Rodriguez, what's up, Victor? You can show it on Discord, right? I probably could. Big Red said, Norman, the foreman is no joke. No, he's not. Bernard Johnson said, you're doing a great job. Appreciate you, Bernard. Appreciate you. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Nicholas Roberts, what's up, Nick? Need Jaime for a 3? That's an interesting bet. Because obviously Jaime is not much of a 3-point shooter. More of a downhill driver, shooting 22% from 3 this year. Wonder Bread, what's up, Wonder? At work listening. Appreciate you, Wonder Bread. Appreciate you. Bet on the over for this game? I could see it going over. Pistons use their challenge, by the way. They used the timeout and used their challenge here. Also, I don't even have the game cast up for you guys. My bad. Too locked in on the game, but didn't even realize. Go ahead, throw it up here. Stir Show said not a foul. We'll see. We'll see. Victor Rodriguez said, but you are one of the best commentators, not lying. Appreciate you, Victor. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Trying my best. Trying my best. Trying to have a good time over here. Daniel Tusen said we got robbed so bad. I don't think they got robbed. I mean, when you have a 19-point lead, Daniel, can't give it up. Can't give it up. You know, the Knicks have done this multiple times to other teams, and they got a taste of their own medicine that night. Can't give up a 19-point lead and then complain. You can't. You lost it. So it is not a foul on Duncan Robinson. The referees rule that Wiggins stuck his leg out in order to create the contact. So the ball will go back to the Pistons here. Vicente, they have to get this win. The Heat are what? They're 18 and 15. I mean, they're starting to stack up some wins here. 3 games over 500 is not bad. Not bad. But yes, the Heat need to start stacking up wins. They don't want to be locked in that play-in game yet again. Chris Basco said, need 10 from Bam. Should be easy. Should be. Should be. He is scoreless so far, but it should be easy. He's 0 for 3 from the field, which is not great. But he'll heat up at some point in this game. Average is 18. Can't see him scoring under 15 today. And you have him for 10. So Jason said, wanted that win last night for sure. Oh, for sure. For sure. I walked in not expecting them to win, hoping for them to win, knowing that it'll be a dogfight and they'll be close. But you know, once they build up a 19-point lead, once Wembanyama goes down with the injury, the feelings of the game change to like, okay, you have to walk out of here with the victory. And then they didn't. And they didn't. So it's definitely a disappointing ending for them. Cade Cunningham bringing it down. Here we go. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. Mitchell, a good defender, but giving up a ton of size and strength in that matchup. They get over to Dern up top, being guarded by Bam. Hands it back off to Cunningham. Coming to his right off the handoff. Mid-range pull-up jumper comes up short. Can't get the friendly roll. Bam Adebayo clears with a rebound. Here comes Mitchell, shot out of a cannon, pushing the pace, swings it over to Bam, back to Mitchell, swings through to his right, back to Bam in the middle of the lane, throws up a floater off glass, way off, rushed it heavily for Bam Adebayo there. It's a loose ball. Thompson saves it. Stewart able to grab it. Excellent hustle from Thompson and Stewart. They get over to Duncan Robinson, and he'll bring it down. Robinson gets it over to Dern, out by the three-point line, being guarded by Khalil Ware. Dern loses the handle, so he kicks it over to Thompson, trying to get it back to Dern. Instead, hands it off to Robinson. Pump fake, splits the defense, swings it out to Dern in the paint, bully balls his way, and lays it up and in over Khalil Ware. Khalil Ware just doesn't have that muscle to keep Dern out of the paint on that one. Excellent play from Jalen Dern. Davion Mitchell has it up top, swings it over to Bam. Bam lobs it over the top to Wiggins. Wiggins faces up, jab step, coming to his right. Gets blocked at the rim by Stewart. Not a good decision to go at him knowing Stewart is standing there. Cunningham lobs it up to Dern on the transition. Fast break there, and Dern with a two-handed slam in transition. Comes Mitchell bringing it down the other way. A 3-point lead for Detroit now. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mitchell cross-court pass to Ware. He's going to put up the right corner three. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Cunningham grabs it. He gets a running start, pushing the pace. Leaves it off for Robinson out of the corner. Robinson along the baseline. Inside to Dern. Stop. Pump fake. Kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart in the mid-range. Leans in, puts it above glass, can't get it to go, looking for a foul call, doesn't get it. Good defense from Bam Adebayo there. Here comes Norman Powell off the rebound. Powell gets it over to Bam. Bam up top. And they call an over and back turnover on the Heat. They say Bam Adebayo was still in the backcourt, had not established himself in the front court when Norman Powell passed it back to. So a bad pass from Powell. Tennessee, what's up, Tennessee? 3.5 from Pamonte and Norm. 3.5 assists from both of them. You need 4 assists from both of them. Bam's averaging 2.5 so far this year. Norman is more of a bucket getter than a playmaker. Those might be tough. Those might be tough against the stifling defense of Detroit. Cunningham down the lane, throws up a floater, comes up short. Good defense from Ware. Davion Mitchell, beautiful hit-ahead pass to Jaquez, leans in and draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. 6:26 to go. Chris said, if I didn't pick Bam, he would have 30 points by now. Yeah, he's sitting on 0 on 0 for 4 shooting. And that last floater he took was way off. really rushed it in the paint. Neil M, what's up, Neil? What we cooking up today? I mean, today hopefully we're cooking up a Miami win. As a Knicks fan, want to see the Pistons lose. As Jaime Jaquez misses a free throw, can be missing free throws. Can be missing free throws. Chris Baskerville reminding people to hit the like button. If you're enjoying the show so far, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and like the stream. It is by far the best way you can help support the channel and support the community, y'all. I appreciate it. Tommy Polk said Cade for 18. Cade for 18 should be a lock. Johnny Bear said, you know that he got it. Hope so. Hope so. 10 Angels Music. What's up, Angel? Cade 20 Detroit money line. It's not a bad bet at all. Cunningham gets it over to Robinson. Jaime Jaquez split the free throws, 11-13, and they call a moving screen on Stewart. It's his second foul. His second foul already. Robes Pierre, what's up, Robes? I want to see the Pistons win. All right, brother. Clifford Wilkins, what's up, Cliff? I need Jaquez to hit 1-3. It's an interesting bet. You're not the first person to say that, Cliff. Jaquez obviously not known for his three-point shooting. All you need is one. All you need is one, though. He'll take one or two here tonight. He should. Detroit's really good at keeping guys out of the paint. Mitchell down the lane. They kick it out. Ware, left corner three. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Stewart knocks it away from Bam, but all the way out to Powell. He blows past the defense in the lane, throws up the floater, and he gets a nice soft bounce off the front of the rim, and it drops down and ties the game up at 13. Under 6 to go. We're past the halfway point of this first quarter. Thompson has it up top, being guarded by Bam. They swing it over to Stewart. Hands it off to Cunningham, gets caught in the lane, kicks it out to Robinson, a corner three, got it to go over Norman Powell, who initially went for the steal, so it was a little bit out of position. And quickly, Mitchell pushing it the other way. Jaquez crosses over, kicks it out, extra pass to Bam Adebayo, who was not ready in position for the swing from Mitchell, and it ends up being a turnover. Bam is not having a very good game to start. I'll say that. Wood Jerry Edmond, what's up, Wood? He need to trade Bam? They definitely need him to take a step up, or they might start exploring some trades, possibly. He's the best player on the team, but he is just not prepared to be a 1A guy. As Duncan Robinson takes Jaime Jaquez off the dribble, attacking along the baseline, and he gets a reverse layup to go. It's 18-13 now. A 5-point lead for Detroit has been built up. Jaquez one-on-one against Cunningham, backing him down, stops, kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell on the right wing being guarded by Robinson. Swings through down the lane. They kick it out to Jaquez. There's a three from Jaime Jaquez. In and out, can't get it to stay. Stewart with the rebound. Here comes Javonte Green, who's just subbed in. They swing it over to Thompson, who's being guarded by Jovic, who's just subbed in for the Heat. Swing it up top to Stewart. Back to Thompson. Thompson gets it over to Robinson. Robinson gets it over to Stewart. Stewart hands it off to Thompson. They give him space. They go into the screens. And then Thompson tried to lob it into Stewart, but went to nobody. Jaquez bringing it down the other way. Throws a lob up to Bam Adebayo for the first points for Bam. And a timeout from Detroit. 4:30 to go. Nicholas Roberts said, dang it. Jaquez missed the three. It was in and out. It was in and out. Rolled off the top of the rim. AP, what's up, AP? I need the Knicks to start getting better defensively. We all do, brother. We all do. Got to get healthy first. Got to get healthy. Jamie said, need my 76ers to win? Are the 76ers playing today? Let's go around the league. Early in the night. Chris Bam finally on the board. Took a while, but he's finally on the board. Rockets being up on the Nets right now. Nets have been playing better as of late. They're 10-20. They're not too far off. They're not too far off of actually being somewhat competent. But they're down by 18 right now. Take Cowboys at Ohio State and Alabama going down. College football is in shambles right now. 76ers taking on the Mavs. Later tonight, that is an NBA TV game, 8:30 start time. So this game will probably be wrapping up around that time, so we won't get to see too much of it. You got Celtics Kings as the late game, and then you got Jazz Clippers as the late game, starting at 10:30. Battle of the bottom over here, Jazz versus the Clippers, although both teams have been hot as of late. Specifically, the Clippers, who I think have won 5 in a row, 6 in a row, something like that. Clippers playing extremely well. Johnny Bear said, yeah, we're cooked, 18-13. Got to keep the faith, brother. You got to keep the faith. Celtics Kings. It is at Sacramento, so the Celtics are on a little bit of a West Coast trip here, down in California. Okay, could be a tough one down in Sacramento, although Sacramento is not good. Lawrence Capitan, what's up, Lawrence? Who's gonna win? The Pistons will likely win, but I'm hoping the Heat can pull off the upset. Jason said Jazz have all their starters out today. Oof. That's rough. The Clippers probably win another one, which is great. Which is great for a multitude of reasons, because it makes that pick that they owe Oklahoma City worse. Great. We need that as a league. We should all be rooting for the Clippers' success. As a league, we need to root for the Clippers' success because their pick goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, so it should not be a lottery pick, number one. And then number two, numero two, actually, we don't necessarily want them. Well, it would make the Jazz lose. Clippers would win. I'm also keeping an eye on what Washington's doing, but they're probably not going to get there anyway, so need the Clippers to win. Would be nice. AB said, how convenient the Sixers get us on back-to-back again. It happened last year when they played the Cavs. 3 of the first 4 meetings against the Cavs were on second nights of a back-to-back. So, you know, unfortunately, the schedule is not kind to the Knicks so far. Here we go. We're back into it. Move this up just a little bit. Here we go. Durnin hands it off to Ivy, who subbed in, hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham coming to his right, being guarded by Powell, stops, turns, spins, coming to his left, puts up the righty floater that time, and got it to go down. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Ivy. Ivy's been playing better as of late, coming back from the leg injury from last year. Jaquez driving it down, blows past the defense, knocks down the floater, and draws the foul. Is that on Cade? That is on Cade Cunningham, his first foul of the night. First foul, I believe. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And Jaquez will go to the foul line for one more. Jason said that New Year's Day flu going around in Utah, Market and George out due to illness. Oof. Yeah, they were definitely out having a good time, for sure. Terrell Williams, appreciate you, Terrell. Thank you for the subscription, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Johnny Bear said, Common Heat, don't let me down. Jaquez misses another free throw. His second missed free throw of the night already. Cunningham bringing it down, swings it over to Ivy. Ivy Euro steps in the lane, gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Duren, though, in the paint. Stops, kicks it out to Ron Holland. Holland gets it back to Duren. Duren has it up top, leaves it off for Cunningham. Get it back to Duren in the post, spins, flips it up with the right hand, in and out, can't get it to go. Good defense from Jovic, and now here comes Jaquez bringing it down over the Bam, middle of the lane, goes up, got the layup to go for Bam. Bam's looking for a foul, he doesn't get it, but it's back to a one-point game, 20-19, 3:30 to go. Cunningham weaving his way down the other way, gets caught in the air, knocked out of his hands, yet another turnover for Cade Cunningham, and the rookie Kaspers Jakuchonis is in for Miami as he brings it down, hit ahead to Jovic. Jovic on the right wing, lobs it down low to Bam, and a foul has been called on Javonte Green, getting two-handsy with Jovic out on the perimeter. AB said, I got a feeling we're on a collision course with Miami in the first round. Well, that's a 4-0 series, brother. Maybe 5-1. Maybe it's a gentleman's sweep. But not worried about Miami. Not worried about that matchup. Chris said the Nets were just down 10, now almost 30. It could happen. It could happen when you're a bad team. They get it over to Jakuchonis. Gets fouled by Sasser. Pistons trying to apply some perimeter pressure here against the Heat ball handlers. And the refs are not allowing it. They are not allowing it. AB said, you know I love sending Pat Riley home. It's also hard to tell, though, AP, with the play-in situation. Knicks are obviously going to have to wait until the play-in figures itself out to know who they're going to play in the first round. Because they will be, at the very worst, the number 2 seed, as Bam drives it down and gets fouled by Duren going to the basket. So he's going to have 2 free throws. At worst, they'll be the 2 seed. At best, they'll be the 1 seed, and either way, they're going to have to wait until the play-in figures itself out to know who they're going to play in the first round. Matty Yao, what's up, Matty? 2-2 this year? Who's 2-2 this year? 2-2 what? Tay Cowboy said, I'll be at the Knicks March 31st game in here in Houston. Nice. Nice, Tay. Wood said, my first time here. You did a great job so far. Appreciate you, Wood. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Bam knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. We got 3 minutes to go here in the first, and Bam goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. So Miami retakes the lead here, 21-20, 3 minutes to go. Sasser has it up top for the Pistons. They get it over to Duren. Duren being guarded by Bam. Hands it back off to Sasser, dancing around the screen, coming to his left, step back, mid-range fall-away jumper. In and out, can't get it to stay. Bam with another rebound. Hit ahead to Jaquez. Jaquez quickly trying to push the other way. Ron Holland standing in his way. And Jaquez throws a wild pass. Good defense from Holland to stay in front of him. Jaquez got caught in the air with nowhere to go and ends up throwing it out of bounds. And Detroit will bring it down the other way. Sasser has it up top. Hands it off to Ivy, back to Sasser. Coming to his right off a Duren screen. Sasser dancing around the screen, now coming to his left. They swing it over to Holland, attacking along the baseline. Good shut off from Jaquez, back to Duren. Duren in the high post, being guarded by Bam. Driving to his left, down the lane, flips it up a floater. In and out, can't get it to stay. Jovic strips down a nice strong rebound. He's pushing the other way. Cross-court pass, wide open three for Drew Smith, and he knocks it down, nothing but net. And Miami takes a 4-point lead. Ivy has it up top, coming to his right off the Duren screen. Swings it out to Holland. Holland right corner. Settles for the three. Shoots up an air ball. You're going to live with Ron Holland if you're Miami, shooting threes all night long. He's not a good three-point shooter. They don't guard Jovic. He fires a three, and he knocks it down. We talked about him in the pregame. Coming off one of his better games of his career, scoring 22 points, knocking down the perimeter shot, and he knocks down his first three of the night. 27-20 now. A 7-point lead for Miami has opened up. They swing it over to Holland. Holland hands it off to Ivy. No Cunningham, and the Detroit offense is sputtering just a little bit here. Duren going one-on-one against Jovic. In the lane, a lot of contact, throws up a floater, can't get it to go. Jovic does a great job knocking the rebound over to Bam. Bam now pushing the other way. They have numbers. They have space. Detroit does a good job getting back, so now Miami's going to set up some half-court offense. But they're mismatched everywhere. Jaquez blows right past Duren. Scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go. 9-point lead for Miami and a full timeout from Detroit. That's what pushing the pace can do for you. It's not always going to directly lead to a transition basket or a fast break score, an open three-point shot. But what it does do is it forces the defense to hustle back and match up with whoever they're closest to. And oftentimes it'll lead to a mismatch somewhere. That time, Duren was left guarding Jaime Jaquez, and Jaquez got it, pulled it up top, waited for Miami to spread the court to the three-point line, got him on an island one-on-one, and then just took Duren off the bounce, blew past him, and knocked down the easy scoop layup with his strong hand, the right hand, and gave his team a 9-point lead. Rose Pierce said, "I can't stand the Heat." Fair. They can be a hateable team for sure. If you are not a Heat fan, it's very easy to hate the Heat. Chris Baskerville said, "Let's go Bam." He's up to 6 points, 5 boards. Started off a little slow, a little shaky, a little rocky for Bam, but he's getting it going now. Playing good defense, snagging strong rebounds, helping push the pace, sending good screens. Shot wasn't going down early, but starting to draw some fouls, starting to get some easier looks. AB said, Boston, Detroit, round 2. Who would you root for? I wouldn't root for either one of them because the Knicks are going to be favorited. They're going to be favorites against either one of them. As a Knicks fan, I'm not rooting for anybody to make it. The Knicks are the favorite to come out of the East. So I don't care. Go ahead. Survive that battle. I'm rooting for that series to go 7 games, AP. And then we'll take on whoever makes it out. It is what it is. Bring them on. Let's do it. We'll knock them out in 4 or 5 games. That's my mentality. Sasser gets it up top to Ivy. Ivy gets it over to Javonte Green. Green gets it over to Duren. Duren up top being guarded by Ware. Bam now out of the game. Ware in. Duren has a big matchup advantage against Ware. He's just got a size and strength advantage over him. Sasser gets down the lane. Leaves it off for Duren. Duren in the paint. Goes up with the floater. Got it to go. Miami knocked the ball loose, but couldn't come out with it as Duren was able to dig it out and then knock down the floater. Finally cuts the run from Miami down. Back to 7. They lob it inside to Ware. Nice pass from Jovic into Ware. Good hand from Ware to catch a wild pass. And he lays it up and in over Duren there, getting a little bit of revenge on that play. Ivy has it up top against Jakuchonis, dancing with it. Ooh, blows right past him. Nice move. But then the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Jakuchonis as he comes from behind and pokes it away. 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Miami still leading by 9. And it'll be inbounded by Detroit here under their own basket. Namar, what's up, Namar? It's New Year's Knicks. I got us winning tomorrow. I hope so, too, against Atlanta. But with Porzingis back, becomes a much more difficult matchup. They get into Sasser, mid-range jumper off the inbounds, and he rattles it in. A nice play from Detroit there. Jaku Jonas will bring it down. Some full court pressure here from Detroit. Javonte Green switches onto Jaku Jonas, the rookie. They get it up top to Hawkins. He's winding down the time as much as he can. It's about a 8-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so Detroit will get one more offensive possession back. Jovic dancing with it against Holland, and they call a foul on Holland. Either Ron Holland or Jaden Ivey need to change their hairstyles. When the camera doesn't show their faces and you could only see the tops of their head, it's too difficult to differentiate who they are. The only way you can do it, the only way I can do it, is Ivey's a little bit shorter and a little bit stockier. Ooh, Miami's in the bonus. So Jovic had the foul line for 2, and he knocks down the first one. Ivey's a little bit shorter, a little bit stockier. And if you look at the back of the jersey, his name is obviously much shorter than Holland's. But they need to change the hairstyle. It's too similar, way too similar to differentiate between the two of them when calling a game. AP said KP was the future. He was till the injury started to pile up. Jovic on the foul line, knocked down the first one, knocks down the second one. Back up by 9, Miami goes, trading baskets to end the quarter here. 10 seconds to go. Cade Cunningham will bring it down, subbed in for the final possession. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Drew Smith, coming to his left. Jaku Jonas switches onto him. Cunningham will dance, leaves it off for Robinson, driving it down along the baseline, knocks down a floater off glass. Bad defense from the Heat. Jaku Jonas will fire a 3/4 court heave, doesn't get it off in time, missed it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that will be the end of the first quarter. 33-26, a 7-point game, not bad, not bad. Maybe said he had a killer rookie season. He had a killer 3 seasons before he went down with the injury. And then everything changed from there. Never the same. 405 Maine. What's up, 405? They took a rebound back from Bam. Ooh, rough. Namar, what's up, Namar? I thought Trae Young was out and Mitchell Robinson will play. We'll see. Trae Young missed the last game, and Atlanta played extremely well without him. Shocker. Robinson will play he'll play one of the 2 games. He'll play either against Atlanta or against Detroit. Obviously, with his injury history, they are not playing him in back-to-backs this year. So, I don't know. I don't think they've made an announcement yet. I would probably play him against Atlanta and not play him against Philly, but that's just me. AB said Robinson's killing us with the back-to-backs. I don't think he is. I don't think he's killing the Knicks at all. This is very much a planned thing. I'd rather him miss back-to-backs than miss, 15 games in a row because, he rolled his ankle because he was feeling some foot soreness, brother. I'd rather him miss 1 game here or there or 2 games here and there than to miss, 15, 20 games straight. DJ AZN Music Official. What's up, DJ? Pistons money line? I guess. Namar said, any update on Josh Hart? No update yet. Not that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure he will continue to be out. We'll see. My expectation is he'll be out about a month. But that's just me. Right? That is based off of nothing. That is not any sort of information I've heard or seen or read or anything like that. That is just when a guy goes down with a sprained ankle, my mind is immediately like, oh, that's 4 weeks. That's a 4-week injury. Obviously, there are different degrees of sprained ankles. Some are significantly worse than others. Josh Hart's a pretty tough dude. He walked off the court off his own strength. So, I hope it's not that bad, and I hope it's only maybe a week, maybe 2. But my expectation always when I see a guy with a sprained ankle until I'm told otherwise is 4 weeks. Camilla, what's up, Camilla? Why are these apps don't let you know these players are going to not play? I checked the injury list, and I didn't see Cade. Cade is playing. Cade's not injured. He's playing. Maybe said I saw that he was not going to play. Josh Hart? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet. I could look it up here when we get to the next stoppage and play, but we're starting the second quarter here. And Sasser has it up top. Get it over to Cunningham. Coming to his right off the Stewart screen. Cunningham weaving his way down the lane. Fall away mid-range jumper. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Where? Good box out, but he can't keep it. Javonte Green, nice hustle. Leaves it off for Ron Holland, and Ron Holland can't get the finish over Ware. Good contest from Ware, and he snagged the rebound. Bullet pass from Jovic down low to Jaquez. My goodness, how did Jovic get that pass to go through? Wow. What a pass from Jovic. Sasser driving it down, leans in, and draws a foul on the floater attempt. A foul-baiting flop. If I've ever seen one from Sasser, just jumped into the defender and threw up a floater, airballed the floater. My goodness. They give him the foul. Which, listen, one way to stop flopping in the NBA is to stop rewarding flopping. The reason the players do it is because the officials reward it. AP said, Joel Embiid, Play Mitchell Robinson have not crossed paths since that dirty play 3 years ago. And if I'm the Knicks, I'm keeping it that way. I'm not playing Mitchell Robinson against Joel Embiid if I don't have to. I'm just, we're probably not even going to see him in the playoffs, so would rather not do it. Sasser knocks down both free throws. He's an excellent free throw shooter, and Drew Smith will bring it down, 35-28. Smith gets it over to Jovic. Jovic swings to his left, leaves it up top to Ware, hits Smith, come back door, and then Smith turns it over. Jovic was not prepared for it. Sasser saw it coming and came up with the steal, but then Drew Smith hustles back and causes a turnover. Hit ahead to Jovic, lefty layup, smokes it. Battle for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Miami, though. Got to throw that lob back up if you're Jovic. Throw that back up to Jaquez. Chef 66019. What's up, Chef? Hold on. You can go to your channel, big dog, because you are a member. I don't recognize your @name. That's Chef. What's up, Chef? Smith has it up top, one-on-one against Holland. Holland, a good defender. Not sure if I want Smith isolating against them. They get it over to Jaquez. Jaquez dancing with it, crosses over to his left, stops, turns, now coming down, throws up a tough floater with the shot clock winding down, and he got it to go. And Cade Cunningham exasperated, like, really? That one went down? Tough, lucky-ish shot from Jaquez there. Cunningham has it up top, leaves it off for Stewart. Stewart one-on-one against Ware, trying to bully his way into the paint. Pump fake goes up and draws the foul on Ware. Got to stay on your feet if you're Khalil Ware. You got the size advantage over Stewart there. Just keep your hand up and force him to make a tough shot. So Stewart will go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Chef said, let's go. Let's go, Heat. Great job, Chef. Appreciate you, Chef. Appreciate you. Chris Baskerville said, need Mitchell to get 5 points. Mitchell? Which Mitchell? Mitchell who? Tomorrow, Mitchell Robinson? Are the Cavs playing today? We're talking about Donovan Mitchell? Oh, Davion Mitchell. My goodness, I forgot about him. Need Mitchell to get 5? Didn't you bet on him not too long ago, Chris? Didn't you bet on him not too long ago? And he went scoreless or something like that? Stewart split the free throws, by the way. Jaquez secures the rebound, bringing it down the other way, leaves it off for Wiggins. Wiggins fires a 3 in transition, comes up short, long rebound to Sasser. He gets a running start, pushing it the other way. Down the lane goes up, lefty lip, got it to go against the contest of Jaquez and Jovic. Nice finish from Marcus Sasser. And Andrew Wiggins will bring it down the other way. Back to a 6-point game, 37-31, 10 minutes to go. Wiggins has it up top, leaves it off for Smith. Drew Smith on the left wing, attacking to his left, leans in, throws up a floater, got it to go for Drew Smith. Sasser trying not to draw the foul there. Or trying not to commit the foul there. Cunningham has it up top, coming to his right, the Stewart screen. Leans in, gets swatted out of the air. Cunningham picks it up, and then gets blocked by Jaquez, but they call a foul on Jaquez. I don't know. I'm not sure if you needed to do that if you were Jaquez. But Cade Cunningham will go to the foul line for 2. Dylan said, I'm back. Go Miami. Miami with a lead here. Miami with a lead. And I still don't have the game cats up for you guys. My bad. My bad. Here we go. AP said a lot of Mitchells. A lot of Mitchells hanging around this league. Giovante, what's up, Giovante? Will there be more than 230 points scored between both teams? Maybe. Cade Cunningham knocks down both free throws. Rattled in and out the second one. Almost looked like he was going to pop out, but he got it to drop. Jaquez pushing it the other way. Being guarded by Cunningham. Up top to Ware. Ware, no hesitation, fires a 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Ware, I think he's 0 for 3 from three-point range so far. Can't buy basket right now from three-point range. Cunningham pushing the pace. They kick it out to Sasser. Sasser, 3. and throws up an air ball. Miami will bring it down the other way. Judge Dad said yesterday, 8 out of the 10 Knicks who played scored in the first. Yes. Who didn't? I don't know. Drew Smith swings through to his right, down the lane, draws a foul on Sasser, and it'll send Drew Smith to the foul line for 2 free throws. Sasser getting picked on defensively here. Having a tough time trying to guard Drew Smith right now. Drew Smith not even known as an offensive player. He's at the foul line for 2. K. Hazy said, of course Ware misses against the Pistons. Journey Ellis, what's up, Journey? Need Cade to get me 3 points. Need him to lock in. I think he's got you. I think he's got you for 3. Just that said, who didn't score in the first quarter for the Knicks? Trying to think how that game started out. OG and Yabu. I felt like Yabu. And I felt like OG. Because OG had a slow start to the game and didn't score a whole lot. Couldn't buy a basket from 3. Still can't buy a basket from 3. He's in a shooting slump right now. It's really hurting. Knicks need him to knock down shots. Drew Smith knocked down both free throws. Cunningham has it up top. Coming to his right, driving it down. Crosses over to his left. Drew Smith knocks the ball out of bounds. Good hands from Smith. Rose Pierce said Cade with another triple-double. What does Cade have right now? Cade with 8, 3, and 4. Not bad. He's on triple-double pace for sure. And Jaden Ivey just steps on the half-court line. Sloppy play from Ivey there. Not cognizant of stepping on the half-court line. That's essentially an out-of-bounds line. Very clear. Very obviously steps on the line there. So Miami gets the ball back. They're up 8. Trying to go up double digits here. Wiggins up top coming to his right off a Ware screen. Driving it down in the lane. Throws up the floater. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Ware knocks it out. Wiggins able to recover it. Kicks it out to Jovic. Ooh, halfway down on the 3-point relocation shot. Can't get it to go, though. Ivey shot out of a cannon down the lane. Flips it up and got the finger roll layup to go. My goodness, Jaden Ivey. And then trying to apply some full court pressure. He slips and falls. Drew Smith easily able to bring it down. But now they trap him. They swing it out to Ware. Extra pass to Jovic. Down low to Wiggins. Wiggins has in the post against Cunningham. Leans in. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. Rattle didn't look like it was possibly going to pop out, but it got it to stay. Still back up by 8 for Miami. Keeping the Pistons away. Keeping them an arm's distance away. Cunningham down the lane. Knocks down a lefty layup. Just bullied his way into the paint. Went right through the chest of Ware, eliminating the shot blocker. Jaquez, home run pass to Wiggins, who gets blocked at the rim by Stewart. And now quickly, Javonte Green down the lane. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Holland comes flying in for the loose ball. Battle for it. And then Drew Smith runs into Ivey, and it's a foul on Smith. Some hustle from both sides going on right now. It is a 7-point game, 43-37. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. KHZ. What's up, KHZ? I got under 234. I might need some help. Mr. Nixon. What's up, Mr. Nixon? Just here to see the Knicks close the gap on the Pistons. Cunningham coming to his left to pull up 3. Cunningham got it to go down. Off the dribble 3 for Cade Cunningham is big time. Big time. Not a shot he has knocked down consistently throughout his career. It's not a shot he's knocked down consistently this year. Big time if you can get Cade Cunningham knocking down those off the bounce pull-up 3s. Maddie said Drew Smith, he two-way legend. Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? Danny White, what's up, Danny? We have to stick with you, although our team Knicks are not playing. Yeah, I mean, look, part of the reason we're covering this Heat Pistons game, and why am I score off? What shot did I miss? It's 43-40. My bad. Back to a one-possession game. It's a 3-point game right now. Part of the reason why we're covering Heat Pistons tonight, number one, I do think it's one of the better matchups tonight. Should be one of the better games going on here tonight. That's number one. 76ers Mavs could also be interesting. But number two, we're an East Coast fan base, right? We're Knicks fans. Majority of the people here in the community are Knicks fans. And the Knicks are the 2nd seed. They just lost to San Antonio. So obviously we have to tune into the Pistons next game and root for their loss with us chasing them. Only natural to do so. Only natural. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Was cooking. Hopefully Miami's cooking tonight. Hopefully Miami's cooking tonight. We need a win from them. Pinecone Bliss, what's up, Pinecone? My 2 favorite teams? Should be a fun one for you then, brother. Wonderbread said, I had Cade for 1-3. Let's go. He got it. He got it. Jerry Vargas, what's up, Jerry? Is Wiggins in? Wiggins is in the game right now. He is. Nicholas Roberts said, for the record, I am not a Knicks fan. Hashtag frauds. I wish I was a Knicks fan. Never too late to hop on the bandwagon, brother. Never too late. We accept all bandwagons fans. Georgia said, boo, Knicks, go Hawks. Hard to be a Hawks fan with Trae Young still on the roster, I will say. Jerry said, nice hat, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. It's kind of become a staple of the channel. Mr. Nixon said, I was lucky enough to see Patrick Ewing play live versus the Sonics in Seattle in 1989. I am that old. Now I am a Knicks fan. Love their blue-collar work ethic. For sure. For sure. It is a staple of any Knicks team, right? I know a lot of people are like, nah, Knicks should be a defensive first team. But I think a staple of a good Knicks team is like a team that wears hard hats, a blue-collar worker, a team that digs down deep, that gets into the mud and pulls out tough victories. And I think this team definitely embodies that version of a New York basketball team. Georgia said, nah, Trae, about to be a bench princess in the second string now. He's toxic and no longer needed in the starting 5. Hey, if they can convince Trae Young to come off the bench, he'd instantly be the favorite for 6th man of the year. Like, just continuing throughout his career. He's just not good defensively to be a starter. Not nearly good enough to be a starter. But if they can convince him to come off the bench, they could keep him on the team. I just don't think that that is something he would agree to. And I do think a trade is imminent. But here we go. We're back into the game here. Wiggins attacking to his left down the lane. Thought Jovic was going to stay in the dunker spot. He does not. He fades out to the three-point line, and Wiggins passes it out of bounds. Miscommunication for the Heat. And the Pistons will bring it down. It's a one-possession game, 43-40. Pistons can close the gap to either one or tie it up here. Thompson has it up top, being guarded by Jovic. They get it over to Stewart. Stewart hands it off to Cunningham, coming to his right. They swing it out to Ivy, a left wing 3 for him. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Wiggins saves it. Ware saves it over to Wiggins and then knocked out of bounds by Cunningham. Georgia said if he doesn't accept the second team, he can stay deactivated. I get it, Georgia. Your team's much better without him, for sure. Jose, what's up, Jose? What should I bet on Miami? I don't know, brother. That's up to you. That's your money. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? Carl James, what's up, Carl? Norman Powell down the lane. Heat swinging around. Davion Mitchell fires a straightaway 3, comes up short. Long rebound. Thompson able to pull it out. Thompson on the fast break, running it down. Gets caught in the air, leaves it off for Holland. Holland reverse layup, gets blocked by Ware. A little bit of a lackadaisical attempt at the rim there for Ron Holland. He's too athletic to go in like that. Davion Mitchell driving it down, kicks out to Wiggins. Jab step, back out to Mitchell. Mitchell up top, being guarded by Cunningham. Crosses over down the lane, kicks it out to Wiggins. Extra pass to Powell, catches, pump fakes, jab step, puts up the 3, comes up short. And Stewart with the rebound gets a running start with it. The Pistons grabbing rebounds and going, man. They are pushing the pace here tonight in this second quarter. Cunningham blows past Mitchell, kicks it in the corner to Holland. Holland kicks it over to Stewart, open for a 3, comes up short. And Wiggins grabs another rebound. Good rebounding from Wiggins in the second quarter here. Powell has it up top, being guarded by Thompson. Good ball handling from Powell. Crosses over to his left against Thompson. Down the lane, pump fake, spins, pump fake again. He's got nowhere to go, and he throws it to Ron Holland. Ron Holland out on the break, using his athleticism, gets to the rim. Can't get the layup to go. A lot of contact, no foul call. Jovic rips out the rebound, swings it out to Mitchell, in the corner to Ware. Ware fires the 3 and gets blocked by Stewart. Ware recovers it, kicks it out to Jovic, an open 3 on the left wing. Off the side of the rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Stewart knocks it out of bounds. It's going to stay with Miami. Just under 6 minutes to go. We're past the halfway point here, and a couple of substitutions will be made. Mac Box, what's up, Mac Box? Leo Meadows, what's up, Leo? Need Miami Heat to win for big money? Rooting for you, brother. 4 or 5 main said, is Bam sitting right now? Yes, Bam is sitting right now. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Need 5 more rebounds from Bam. I'm sure he'll get it. He's been good rebounding tonight. He's now back in the game. Powell fires up a straightaway 3 off a pass from Bam, and he can't get it to go. Cunningham bringing it down the other way. Has it on the left wing, being guarded by Powell. Crosses over to his left, blows right past him, down the lane, goes up off glass, can't get it to go, but draws a foul on Wiggins, and Cade Cunningham will go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 5:37 to go here in the second quarter. YY said sloppy game. Pretty sloppy. Nazlan, what's up, Nazlan? Pistons need scorers. They will struggle in the playoffs. I tend to agree. Dubs for the W. What's up, Dubs? I need the Pistons to win for big money. I'm rooting for you, big dog. I'm rooting for you. KHZ said, I feel a little bit better about my under right now. The defense should be picking up as the game goes on for sure. Miami, a pretty good defensive team. Detroit, an excellent defensive team. Cunningham knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Carl James said, always praying Pistons will lose so my Knicks will be on top. I'm with you, Carl. I'm with you. Trini, what's up, Trini? Cade knocks down both free throws. And it is a 1-point game, 43-42. Jaquez bringing it down. He has it up top. He's back in the game. Jaquez on the right wing, attacking Cunningham off the bounce. Spins coming to his left. Pass fake, spins, has it in the paint at the foul line, and throws it to nobody. An excellent pressure and defense from Detroit here, but Miami's just putting themselves in these tough situations and throwing the ball away. It's good Detroit defense, but it's also in combination with bad Miami offense. And Cunningham comes out of the game here, probably for the remainder of the second quarter here. We got 5.5 to go. This is a time where Miami needs to really take advantage of the opportunity with Cade being off the court. Ivy has it up top, dancing with it against Jaquez. Rhythm dribble, sidestep 3, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Jovic saves it over to Bam. Hit ahead to Jovic. Jovic will bring it down the other way. Jovic has it on the left wing, up top to Bam. Hesitates from 3. Kicks it back over to Jovic. Jovic sets his feet and fires from 3. Can't get that one to go. Thompson with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Thompson has it on the left wing. He's going to attack Norman Powell up the bounce, down the lane, throws up the floater off glass, and he got it to go as Detroit takes a 1-point lead. Excellent move from Thompson, attacking Norman Powell up the bounce, not known for his defense. Powell tries to swing it over to Jaquez. It gets knocked out of bounds by Ivy. And we get a Miami timeout here, a full Miami timeout. Gumby, what's up, Gumby? Pistons need a starting lineup adjustment. What would you like to see, Gumby? What kind of adjustment? Jehan Lorenz Dodulao? What's up, Jehan? Miami needs to win. I bet in Miami. Well, it's a close game. It's probably going to remain close the remainder of the game, so you're going to sweat this one out. Nicholas, Jaime needs to stop disrespecting my money and make a 3. Not known as a 3-point shooter, brother. That's a tough bet to pull. Just Dad said, how jealous is Harrison Barnes of Champagny? At Harrison Barnes' age, he's already got his ring. I don't think he's jealous at all. I think he's happy his teammate made a bunch of baskets. Jason said, looks like the Sasser kid is going to be a player. He's been really good for them. He was good for them last year. He's really important to the way they want to play because he's another ball handler and a scorer outside of Cade Cunningham, which they desperately need, like a lot of you guys have said tonight. Gumby said, Cade, Ivy, Holland, Stewart, Duren starting? The issue with that starting lineup, Gumby, is outside of Cade Cunningham, you literally have almost no shooting. No shooting there. Thompson is better in almost every facet of the game over Holland. You need Duncan Robinson's movement shooting over Ivy. Stewart and Duren, if a team has a perimeter player at the forward position, that's a tough matchup for Stewart to grab. And if he is forced to guard perimeter bigs, pulls him away from the basket and negates his rim protecting, then you don't have a backup big. Just kind of menagerie of a starting 5. I don't like Stewart there. Also, Holland over Thompson, I don't get that one. Thompson is better at every part of basketball than Holland. Why would you want Holland in the starting lineup? Bucks Johnson, what's up, Bucks? Are the Celtics going to win tonight? Maybe. Georgia said, if you have 3 defense plus Holland and Cade on the starting 5, you're set. Why do you guys want Holland in the starting 5 over Thompson? I don't understand what Holland brings to your team. He's an effort and energy guy, but he can't buy a basket. He's not finished in the paint tonight, and he can't knock down a perimeter shot. He was unplayable in the playoffs last year. He was removed from the rotation last year in the playoffs because he couldn't do anything. In a playoff situation, he's not going to be able to attack the basket in a half court. There's significantly less fast break opportunities, so his transition game is negated. And he's a good defender, but not a great defender. Bam knocks down a mid-range shot in the paint. Miami retakes a 1-point lead. Here we go. 4:30 to go. Thompson has it up top, being guarded by Jaquez. They get it over to Duren. Duren up top. And a fake stand off to Robinson. Good denial from Powell. Now gets it out to Robinson. Coming to his left. Driving it down. Ball knocked out of his hands. And Drew Smith digs out the loose ball. And Smith bringing it down. It's a 4-on-3 fast break. They kick it out to Bam. Swings it out to Jovic. Jovic a left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And a foul on Duren. Battling for the loose ball rebound. Georgia said Holland is good at setup. Setup what? I don't want Ron Holland dribbling the basketball. In a playoff situation, nobody is going to respect Ron Holland. He's not good at anything offensively right now. He's an effort, hustle, and energy guy who gets all of his baskets out of transition in the fast break, which you are not going to get an abundance of in the playoffs. Regular season, cool. He's also not nearly the defender All-Star Thompson is. Powell down the lane, leaves it off for Jaquez, who cut along the baseline. He gets the easy layup to go. I'm not sure what the love affair with Ron Holland is right now. I don't get it. That's just me. Duren up top, attacking to his left. Fontecchio's in the game for the Heat. They swing it out. 1 dribble pull-up 3 for Duncan Robinson, way off. Bam digs out the rebound. Bam bringing it down the other way. Bam has it up top, attacking. Duren backpedaling. Bam has it. Steps back. Good defense from Duren not to go for the pump fake. They get it over to Mitchell. Driving to his right. Down the lane. They kick it out. Fontecchio, an open 3. Got it to go. Eric Spoelstra digging into his bench, looking for some perimeter shooting here. Finds it in Fontecchio there. Duren has it up top, being guarded by Bam. Hands it off to Sasser, coming to his left, down the lane, throws a lob up, got it to go. Nice lob pass from Sasser there. And Bam quickly pushing it the other way. It's a 4-point game, 50-46, Miami up 4. Under 3 minutes to go. Bam attacking to his left, under the basket, pulls it out, stops, turns, spins. Good defense from Duren, forcing the kick out to Fontecchio, up top to Powell. Powell directing traffic. Coming to his left off of Fontecchio screen. Powell attacking Duncan Robinson off the bounce. Gets caught in the air. Tries to kick it out to Jaquez. Ball knocked loose. Fontecchio fires at the buzzer. And they wave it off anyway. He missed it. Didn't get it off in time. A shot clock violation. Gumby said check the plus minus. I have eyes, brother. I have eyes. Don't need to check the plus minus. Gumby said total undersell on 5-hour energy Ron. It's great when you can come into the game against bench units and just play all-out hustle energy. But like I said, not that great of a ball handler. Not a very good finisher. Can't shoot the perimeter shot. Is a good defender, but not a great defender. Not the defender Thompson is. So it's cool. Keep him in his role. He's good in his role. Why play him out of his role? Don't ask too much from guys who are not ready for that spot. 20 years old. Continue to let him develop. K. Hazy said Jovic just bricking. Yeah, he knocked down his first one. We talked about him coming out of one of his better games this year. He's still firing away, and he's still bricking them threes, for sure. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? Robinson at the foul line. He knocks down the first one. Foong Pei said, I stopped you late because I know you got a lot of violations, but the shot clock is not one of them. Appreciate you, Foong Pei. I don't know what kind of violations I got, but I appreciate you, Foong Pei. Duncan Robinson knocks down both free throws. 2:30 to go. Jaquez has it on the right wing, attacking Cunningham. Up top to Bam Adebayo. They swing it out to Powell. Powell dancing with it behind the back. Pull-up 3 over Thompson. Powell got it to go. Tough move from Norman Powell. Got it to go with the pull-up 3. Duren bringing it down the other way, putting his head down. Euro steps to the lane. Got the layup to go. My goodness. But Jalen Duren comes up limping. That's not good. Davion Mitchell bringing it down the other way. They kick it out to Powell. Powell fires another 3, and he rattles it in. Norman Powell catching fire here in this quarter. 56-50, back up by 6, under 2 to go. Get over to Duren, who remains in the game. Not limping nearly as much. He's got the ball in his hands, dancing with it. 1-on-1 against Bam, flips up at the rim. Looking for a foul call, doesn't get it as he threw up an air ball. Mitchell almost lost it out of bounds. Got rejected by Thompson. What an athletic block. Then they throw a lob up to Duren, who is still down on the other end. And he still got a little bit of a limp to him, but not nearly as much as before. Jaquez up top to Mitchell. They swing it over Powell. Powell being guarded by Cunningham. Powell blows right past him down the lane, throws a floater up off glass, and he got it to go down. 1:20 to go. 58-52. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his right, half spin, dancing with it. They show two. They swing it up top to Robinson. They run him off the line, down the lane, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Thompson. They don't even come out to guard him. Thompson's not going to take the three. He's going to drive it down against Bam. Goes up off glass, can't get it to go. Jaquez knocks it away from Duren. Duren upset, looking for a foul call. Here comes Bam bringing it down the other way. 1-on-1 against Cade Cunningham. And Cunningham, great defensive play, strips him. Fontecchio dives on the loose ball, and it's going to be a jump ball between Fontecchio and Robinson with 54 seconds to go. Chris said, still need 3 points from Mitchell. Not giving you anything today. Jamie said, about to watch my Sixers. Rooting for you, Jamie. I'm rooting for you. Gumby said, the young Pistons can run most teams out of the gym and keep them in the roles, brother. Keep them in the roles. Exactly the role they should be in. The issue come playoff time is you're not going to get those fast break transition opportunities nearly as much. Duren's going to go back to the locker room. We're almost into halftime anyway, so a good opportunity for him to go get checked up quickly. Bam misses a little pull-up jumper. Ivy has it up top, being guarded by Powell. Swing it over to Cunningham. Cunningham coming to his left off the Stewart screen. Making it back to his right hand. Down the lane, goes up against Bam. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. Cunningham will go to the foul line for 2. Lawrence said Detroit's losing. I mean, it's a close game. 58-52. With Cunningham going to the foul line for 2 here. Daniel Dash. What's up, Daniel? 1,140 hours on Friday. Torrensville, South Australia. Nice. Gumby said, B-Ball Paul is underrated as a backup 5. Solid as a third string center. Cunningham knocked down his first free throw. Got another one coming. Daniel Dash said, Hero are playing great, and Denver are not a lottery team without Jokic. I mean, they still have Murray. The issue is they're not just missing Jokic. They're missing Aaron Gordon. They're missing Christian Brown. They're missing Cam Johnson. They're missing a lot of guys. Cunningham goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Jaquez quickly pushing the other way and knocks down the lefty layup over Stewart. And Stewart, a little frustrated as they allowed the straight line drive, and he was the backline defender. 60-54. 26 seconds to go. Thompson has it up top. They get it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his right off a screen. Crossing back over to his left off the rescreen from Stewart. Pulls it out. Good defense from the Heat. Cunningham's going to look to go one-on-one now. Dancing with it. They show 2. They swing it out to Robinson. He's got to put it up with the shot clock winding down. In and out, can't get it to go. Fontecchio with the rebound. They get over to Jaquez. Jaquez quickly trying to push the other way. Shot clock winding down. Hit ahead to Mitchell along the baseline. Kicks it up. Powell a straightaway 3 at the buzzer. And Powell got it to go. Woo-hoo-hoo. A bullet pass from Mitchell. Out knowing that Norman Powell was trailing. And that will be the end of the second quarter. End of the first half there. I don't know why I gave Detroit 2 points there, but it's 63-54. Miami back up by 9, which ties their largest lead of the game. Excellent flurry for Norman Powell there, especially from the 3-point line to end the first half. Miami with a 9-point lead. 9-point lead so far. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Houston is coming out of the West. I don't know. I'm not loving Houston too much these days. The lack of point guard thing is really starting to affect them as of late. Gumby said, what kills me is watching the Pistons bench units bring them back from deficits. It happens. You got to think, Gumby, when are the Pistons rotation players in? They're usually in against other rotation players, right? Pistons have a nice young core of role players, especially coming off the bench, going up against usually veteran core role players who don't run as much. And so Detroit can usually bring that and take advantage of that. Maddie said Hawkins is a very consistent player. He has been. He absolutely has been. He's got 13, 2, and 2 tonight. He's 6% from the field. Tough. Daniel Dash said, true, and they just beat Toronto by milliseconds. What a shot by BI. Yeah. I mean, they kind of escaped that one, missing the 2 free throws. Who missed those 2 free throws? Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown missed both free throws. All he had to do was make one of them, made it a 4-point game they couldn't lose. Missed both of them. They threw the full court pass. Scotty Barnes, beautiful pinpoint pass to Brandon Ingram, who knocks down the 3 fading out of bounds. He was defended extremely well. Banks it in, I believe, right? And it should have sent into overtime, but when they replayed it and looked at the shot, it was just on his fingertips. You know what that reminded me of? There was a game in, I believe it was 2011. Yeah, it was 2011. It was the year they got Stoudemire. The Knicks were going up against the Boston Celtics, and Stoudemire popped out and knocked down a 3 at the buzzer at the end of the game, and it was like, ooh, yup, we're walking away with the victory. Hell yeah, Stoudemire knocked down a nice straightaway 3, which obviously Stoudemire was not a 3-point shooter, and it was great. And then they reviewed it, and they saw that the shot was just on his fingertips. And I remember being so heartbroken that they just called the shot off and the game was over. DJ said, Pistons slacking right now? I don't know. Sometimes you have to tip your hat to the opponent. Miami's playing well. Detroit's playing decently well. Not like Detroit's playing poorly or playing slow or not playing good defense. Miami's playing well. Detroit's playing well. Miami's playing a little bit better so far. Only a 9-point game. Yak said Jovic is going to be a problem for us. I don't know. We've watched the Miami games, Yak, and Jovic loves firing away that 3. And he's not a very good 3-point shooter right now. He did have one really good game as of late, so I guess he could repeat that against the Knicks, but we'll see. AB said, I remember that one. I was so heartbroken. Chris Baskerville said, can you give your all-time Knicks starting 5 and 2 bench players? I mean, I'm going to do... I'd have to think about it, so I'm obviously doing it just off the top of my head. I'm not going to do, like, my all-time starting 5, because I feel like that's pretty easy. Like, we got majority of 70s guys, some 90s guys. Depending how you feel about Melo, you might have Melo in there. I guess you could have Brunson in there now. You know, like I'll probably have like Frazier, Brunson as my starting backcourt. I know it's weird, but they're just too good, and they'll figure it out. And Frazier's so good defensively, he'll be able to cover up the point of attack defense that Brunson lacks. So you'd have like Frazier, Brunson. You'd have Willis Reed at the 4. You have Ewing at the 5. It kind of comes down, like, do you want Melo at the 3? Who would I have at the 4? Willis Reed. This is what I'm going to do. I got Frazier, Brunson is easy in the backcourt. Ewing is easy at center. I'm putting Willis Reed at the 4. Willis Reed is only like 6'9". I know he was a center back in the day, but he's only like 6'9". AB said, I'll put Carmelo there. I'm thinking because we have 2 bench slots. Allen Houston's a good one, but he's more of a bench guy. I'm thinking like 3s that the Knicks have available. You have Melo, you have Bernard King, but I consider Bernard King more of like a power forward, like more of a big than a traditional like perimeter 3. Melo's more of a traditional perimeter 3, so I like him in that spot more. But if we're like building a team, I really started thinking like, okay, but do you want just like OG Anunoby there? Because his defense is so spectacular. But he's just not nearly as good of a player as Melo or Bernard King or guys like that. Or Houston even. So like do I try to sneak OG Anunoby in one of these? We have 3 slots available. 4 are pretty locked up. I think 4 spots pretty locked up. Frazier, Brunson, Reed, and Ewing. 1, 2, 4, and 5. You need 1 more spot in the starting lineup. And then you have 2 bench players. Right? I want Bernard King coming off the bench for me. Right? He can come off the bench for Willis Reed. So now we have 2 spots remaining. We need a starter out on the wing. And we need a bench guy. Could be anything. Oakley and Reed. I'm good on Oakley. Don't need him out there. Way too many, way better players available. Like I'd rather take Tyson Chandler over Oakley, but that's just me. I still need my starting 3, and I need one more bench guy. I guess I'll just put Melo out there, the starting 3. Still a really good basketball player, of course. I love Melo, but I understand his weaknesses as a player. I'll put Melo the starting 3. It's a tough starting lineup. Reed, Frazier, and Ewing will just cover up the defensive lapses that you have between Brunson and Melo. So that'll work out. And I have Bernard King coming off the bench. Got one more guy available. Do I go Houston? I might go Houston. I got Houston, or I'm thinking Houston or Sprewell. Sprewell's a little bit of a do-it-all guy, or Anunoby, those 3 guys. I might take Sprewell over OG. Better, more consistent offensive player. Right? OG's still, at this point, a little too erratic offensively for me. Chris said Houston. Jason said Spree better. I just thought of him. I'm leaning a little bit more Sprewell too. Might go Spree. Chris said Mitch definitely first off the bench for me. If Mitch were healthy, sure. Joe, what's up, Joe? Need Ware for 10 points, and you're really not gonna get it. We'll see. He might have an explosive second half. Sir, what's up, sir? Hope the Pistons make a comeback. I mean, it's a 9-point game. They're right there. Avy said Anthony Mason is my favorite defensive Knick of all time. He was good. A little bit of a hothead. Which would concern me a little bit if we were building a team. Right? Sprewell, definitely top 7th for scoring. I mean, I'm trying to build a little bit of an all-around team. You got Ewing and Reed. They're locking up the middle. The teams are going to have a tough time scoring in the paint. So we're locking up the middle with Ewing and Reed. You got Frazier at the point of attack. He got that locked down for sure. You got Brunson as the bucket getter, along with we already know that Frazier can play in the backcourt with another point guard because he did it with Monroe. So we're good on that. Those 2 guys will complement each other extremely well. We've seen Brunson play alongside other point guards, and that's actually beneficial for him because he acts a little bit more of a shooting guard anyway at that point, which is good. Right? If you add Melo as a role player, because you got the leadership of Brunson, you got the leadership of Ewing, you got the leadership of Reed, I think we're good on that. So Melo could just come in and be Olympic Melo. Chris said Jeremy Lin off the bench with Tony Douglas. Crazy. Just that said Oakley to piss off Dolan. Nah, Daniel Dash to John Starks. Nah, he could stay over there. 1 for 18 shoe himself. He could stay over there. Starks was a great defensive player. I mean, he played hard. Definitely played hard. But he could stay over there too. Daniel Dash said, and Greg Anthony, what about Anthony Mason? He was hardcore lockup defender. He was good. Very good. Kringa said Pistons need this game and keep a healthy lead on the Knicks standings-wise. They do, because the Knicks are coming, and the Pistons schedule gets a lot tougher post-All-Star break. So we can actually go through the Pistons schedule real quick. Before we come back from halftime, let's take a quick look at the box scores. Who's leading the way? Norman Powell with 19. He's 5 for 8 from 3 already. 5 for 8 from 3 for Norman Powell. 7 for 11 from the field. Knocking his shots down. He's great. He's been great. Bam played solid all around. 8 points, 5 rebounds. We wouldn't be able to tell through the box score, but overall, played some really solid defense. He's got 8 points, 5 rebounds, going up against a tough front court that Detroit's putting out there between Duren and Stewart. So not an easy night for Bam Adebayo, but he's holding his own. Khalil Ware with only 2 points tonight, 8 rebounds. He's 0 for 4 from 3, going up against a really tough front line between Duren and Stewart, where they have a strength advantage over him and a weight advantage over him. You gotta punish them by spraying out to the 3-point line, and 0 for 4 from 3 is a rough start for him in that first half. Green said, yes, sir, very important to consider the schedules this point of the season. Yeah, we could also check out the Pistons schedule coming up. I do believe their schedule is somewhat still a little easy going into the All-Star break, but we'll see. We'll check it out. Davion Mitchell with 2 points tonight. He's only taken 2 shots. He does have 6 assists, though. He's done a good job of spreading the ball around. Jaime Hawkins off the bench, 13 points, 6 for 7 from the field. Fontecchio hit a 3. Jovic hit 1 3. He's 1 for 6 from the field right now. 5 boards, 4 assists, though, doing a little bit of everything. Jaku Jonas played 6 minutes, didn't do much. Drew Smith played 10 minutes, 7 points for him. 2 for 2 from the field, knocked down a 3, got to the foul line. We look at the Pistons, 17 for Cade Cunningham, 4 and 4 for him. Duren with 12 and 5. Stewart with only 1. He's 0 for 2 from 3, 0 for 3 from the field. They're doing a good job on him. You know, front court versus front court. Both teams leaning big tonight. Duncan Robinson with 9 points. He's only hit 1 3. A lot of his damage has come off attacking closeouts. All-Star Thompson, 3 for 4 from the field. A lot of his baskets have scored in transition there. You go to the bench, zeros across the board for Holland. Does have 2 rebounds, okay, and a steal. Javonte Green has not scored either. Only 1 rebound for him. Marcus Sasser, 6 points off the bench, 0 for 1 from 3. Did get to the foul line, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Jaden Ivey with 2 points. So not a lot for the Pistons bench tonight. Only 8 points off the bench, coming off a historic 50-plus bench scoring night. So really rough performance from the Pistons bench. Jaime Jaquez has outscored the Pistons bench entirely by himself. I mean, Drew Smith damn near outscored the Pistons bench. The Pistons bench has 8 points. Drew Smith has 7. So that's going on tonight. Let's take a look at the Pistons schedule. If we have time, we'll also go over the team stats for both sides. But I do think it's interesting and important to go over the Pistons schedule right now. They just came off a West Coast road trip. Then they're going to be at Cleveland on Sunday, 2 o'clock start time. So that's an interesting game because Cleveland has been playing significantly better. It's a 2 o'clock start time at Cleveland. Should be a tough matchup for the Pistons, but we'll see how those 2 teams match up with Cleveland playing significantly better as of late. Then they play New York. Got a game against New York coming up. Knicks pretty injured right now. Hopefully Robinson is available for that game. We'll see what we get from Josh Hart. That is in 4 days. So I don't think Josh Hart will be available, but we'll see. We're hoping for it. Then they got Chicago, LA. They got Phoenix. Could be a tough game. It is at home. They have a nice home stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games at home. That's a really nice home stretch here to start the year. Then they got Indiana. Should be an easy one. You got Boston. Boston should be a tough matchup. You're at the Pelicans. Should not be difficult. Then you got Houston, tough one. Sacramento, Denver, as injured as they are, that now suddenly becomes a very easy game, even though you are at Denver. Hopefully they have some of their guys back for that game at least. At Phoenix is tough. Going on a West Coast road trip again. And then at Golden State, we'll see what Golden State stands at that point in the year. But it could possibly be a tough one. Then you're versus Brooklyn. You're versus Denver again. Should be another easy one with Jokic still probably out at that point. Then you are versus Washington. Then you're versus New York yet again. And hopefully they're fully healthy by that point, February 6th. Then you're at Charlotte, an easy one. At Toronto, an easy one. At New York. Okay, so we got a couple of games against the Pistons here. In a month span, we'll play each other 3 times. There you go. You got at Chicago. Then you're versus San Antonio, versus Oklahoma City, versus Cleveland, versus at Orlando, at Cleveland, at San Antonio. This is what I'm talking about after the All-Star break. Oh, my goodness. Or this is after the All-Star break, isn't it? February. You are at New York, at Chicago, versus San Antonio, versus Oklahoma City, versus Cleveland, at Orlando, at Cleveland, at San Antonio. That's a tough stretch right there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game stretch right there with it. They could go 4-4 in that stretch, if not worse. They could obviously also go better, but that's a really tough stretch right there. But you got to wait all the way until February, and they even have at Toronto there as well. So February 11th is the toughest stretch probably they'll have all year. You know, they have about another month before the schedule toughens up on them. Here we go. Starting the second half. Wanted to cover that real quick before we started the second half. Here we go. Now we're back into it. Cunningham gets it over to Robinson, a left wing 3 to start the quarter. Rattles in and out halfway down for Robinson, but he can't get it to stay. Here comes Bam quickly pushing the other way. They get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell quick crossover to his left, putting his head down. They get it out to Ware. Extra pass out to Powell. Powell catches, pump fakes over to Ware. Back up top to Bam. Bam straightaway 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound. A couple of Pistons run into each other, but Duncan Robinson able to grab it. Robinson has it up top. Robinson gets it over to Cunningham, coming to his right, leaves it off for Duren in the paint, throws up the floater off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Bam takes it away from Duren. And Duren, not as spry. Little bit of a hobble to him. Powell will pull up three, way off. Bam able to secure the offensive rebound, and then Cunningham takes the legs out on Bam as he hits the floor hard. Obviously not intentional, but a really reckless play from Cunningham there. Just wrong place, wrong time on that end. George G said, Ware better drop 10 points. I think Miami is going to need him to score some baskets here. Bam is back up on his feet after the hard fall. Namar said, any word on Shamet? No, the last word we had on Shamet was about a week and a half ago, where they said about another month for Shamet. So not expecting him back anytime soon, but maybe another 2 or 3 weeks we'll hear another update on him. Weird Dreams. What's up, Weird Dreams? Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Cunningham. Stopping, turning, spinning, driving to his left, putting his head down. Crosses over. Great defense. Fumbling around from Mitchell, doing way too much one-on-one, and now here come the Pistons pushing the other way, forcing the turnover. Thompson spins in the lane, loses the handle, recovers it, kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson up top to Cunningham, coming to his right, being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Obviously giving up size, but Mitchell a good defender. Notice for the fall-away midi, can't get it to go, but a foul on Davion Mitchell being way too aggressive. Brother, you don't got to do that. You're already forcing him into a tough pull-up too. Just put a hand up and defend it well. No need to foul him. Now you're going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. He's a knockdown free throw shooter. Rango Fugazi, what's up, Rango? Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for the subscription, my man. Had it hard. What's up, Had it hard? I need 12 rebounds from Bam. He's got 7. 5 more with 10:30 to go. Definitely think he could do it. Cade knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Boss P, what's up, boss? I guess the NBA figured they can rig the Heat Pistons game since everyone is watching the college football playoffs? How so, brother? What do you mean by that, big dog? Cunningham knocks down both free throws. CEO King said 2 more rebounds for Bam. He's in at 7 right now. $63-56. Miami bringing it down now. Mitchell has it up top to get over to Bam. Bam being guarded by Stewart. Gets it over to Wiggins. Swings through to his right. Takes it back up top to Bam. Bam hesitates. Driving it down. Throws up a foul line floater. Way off on that one. Battle for the loose ball. Wiggins pulls it out. Misses the floater, but Bam right there for the two-handed putback. Another rebound for Bam. Is that 2 more rebounds for Bam? Now up to 8. It's the putback dunk. Back up by 9 they go. They're trading baskets, but Detroit needs stops. Thompson has it up top, being guarded by Powell. Coming to his left, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson gets it over to Duren. Duren, good ball denial, lobs it over the pass. Wiggins read it and comes up with the steal. A bad pass from Duren. Everybody saw it coming. Wiggins bringing it down the other way against Thompson, putting his head down, attacking, spins, kicks it out to Powell. A bad pass, but Powell saves it. Powell has it up top, being guarded by Robinson. He's going to look to isolate, crosses over, rhythm dribble, crosses up back over to his right. All the way mid-range jumper in the paint. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Cunningham pulls it out against Ware. And now here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down the other way, right side of the court. Dance with it against Mitchell. Coming to his left, leaves it off for Duren in the paint against Bam. Leans in, puts up the floater, comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Bam able to secure yet another rebound. He's battling down there against Duren and Stewart, almost all by himself. Here comes Mitchell. Crosses over to his left. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Ware the offensive rebound. Pulls it out. Swings it out to Wiggins. Wiggins up top being guarded by Stewart. Dancing with it. Driving to his right. Kick it out to Mitchell. A right corner 3 for Mitchell. Mitchell bounces on the rim, taking an awkward bounce off the rim, off a corner 3, and he gets it to go down. 68-56, a 12-point lead for Miami, their largest lead of the game. Thompson spins in the lane, comes up short on a floater, and Bam Adebayo, yet another rebound. And here comes Mitchell bringing it down the other way. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Wiggins. Sidestep 3. Duren gave him way too much space. And Mitchell, a sidestep 3, knocks down the straightaway shot, and a 15-point lead is opened up for Miami. Here we go. Chris Basketball said, Mitchell got my 5. All it took was 2 shots, Chris. All it took was 2 shots. Back-to-back threes for Davion Mitchell. Puts him up 15, gives him 6. Kamani Randall, what's up, Kamani? Need more points from Jaquez? He'll come in eventually. He had 13 in the first half. He'll get his points. James said, bro's blocking what I'm trying to see. My apologies, brother. My apologies. Mega Jojo all day said, do you think Cunningham's going to get all 9 assists? Yes. He's got what, 4? Got 4 assists right now. Is he going to get 9? Probably. Average is around 9, right? Maybe. AP said, Nick should have won that game yesterday. Now look. Sure, brother, sure. It's a long season. We just went over the Pistons schedule. They'll have their stretches where they're going a little bit of a slide. Now, Dimitri, what's up, Niall? Gabby Ronquillo, what's up, Gabby? Bam came through, he did. Now, Dimitri with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Niall. He said, Happy New Year, Sheffy. Happy New Year's to you, Niall. Gabby said, Wiggins needs 1 more rebound. Wiggins with 3 rebounds. They need 4 out of Wiggins. Mega Jojo said, yeah, he averages 9. And he'll probably get 9. It's his average. Maybe. And it's early, so I should be Gucci. You should be. Johnny Bear said, I just came back from eating, and the Heat are up 71-56. That's just crazy. The power of the three-point shot, brother. Back-to-back threes for Davion Mitchell puts them up by 15 here. They were up by 9. Bam with 10 rebounds. Ware with 10 rebounds. Bam doing an excellent job in the paint, battling the double big of Stewart and Duren right now. Duren looks a little hobbled. Right, we saw him coming up limping on a previous possession and just hasn't been nearly as explosive so far here. But Bam's done an excellent job of making things difficult for him and keeping him off the glass. Brandon K, MMA, said Pistons are kind of butt. I mean, they had an easy schedule to start the year, and they took full advantage of it, getting off to a great start. And they're a really good team. I'm just not sure they're like second or third best record in the NBA good. But we'll see. They're definitely proving people wrong. We're over a third of the way into the regular season. So at one point, you are what your record says you are. And their record says they're a fantastic team. So at some point, you got to buy it. Cunningham has it up top. I'm sure they will make a spirited comeback here. I don't expect them to get blown out here tonight. They will make a comeback. But they turn it right over off the timeout, and Mitchell bringing it down. Leaves it off for Wiggins. Wiggins putting his head down, attacking in the paint. Scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go over Stewart. Now a 17-point lead is opened up for Miami. 73-56, 8:20 to go here in the third. Thompson has it on the left wing. Gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham, jab step, coming to his left. Davion Mitchell doing a great job of applying pressure here. They swing it in the corner to Duncan Robinson. Catches and fires a 3. Can't get it to go. Ware rips away a rebound. And here comes Davion Mitchell quickly pushing it the other way. Hit ahead to Powell. Blows past Duncan Robinson and gets the easy layup. As the Pistons don't get back on defense. Here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down. A 19-point lead for the Miami Heat. Cunningham being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his left off the Stewart screen. Cunningham in the corner. A 3 for Javonte Green. High arcing 3. Can't get it to go. Ware yet another rebound. And here comes Bam Adebayo. Bam bringing it down. Takes it out to Mitchell. Mitchell up top being guarded by Thompson. Mitchell directing traffic. They get it out to Wiggins. Jab step coming to his left. Blowing past the defense. Tries to kick it in the corner to Bam. Bam able to recover the loose ball. They swing it around. Mitchell pump fakes up top. And they hit him with a travel on Davion Mitchell. Moving that leg. Lifting that pivot foot before he puts the ball down on the floor. NSA said, Miami wins. It's over. You got to watch more NBA basketball, brother. These games are never over. Only 19. Only 19. Thompson bringing it down. He has it up top. They get it over to Stewart. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham hesitates from 3. Now puts it up over Ware. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Bam with the rebound. Here comes Davion Mitchell bringing it the other way. Mitchell hands it off to Powell. Powell being guarded by Robinson. Directing traffic saying, get out of my way. I got Duncan Robinson on me. I'm cooking him. Leans in, draws the foul, knocks down the mid-range jumper anyway, and Norman Powell will go to the foul line for one more free throw as Miami now goes up by 21 points. They're going to have to get Duncan Robinson out of the game. They are attacking him right now. Chef, my guy Chef, he said, like and subscribe so we can have more games like this. It's free. Appreciate you, Chef. Appreciate you. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We stream games Monday through the weekend, y'all. We are live 6 days out of the week, covering as many games as possible. Sometimes we even go for the double headers. The games are good enough. We'll cover multiple games a night. Norman Powell knocks down his and one free throw. 7 minutes to go. Here in the third quarter, 22-point lead for Miami. Detroit's going to need a spirited comeback here. Got to start on the defensive end. They swing it out. Green hesitates, driving it down, leaves it off. Reverse layup for B-ball Paul. Who is it? Paul Reed? Yeah, Paul Reed, right? Wiggins driving it the other way and quickly gets the 2 points back right away, though. They got Paul Reed in the game looking for some offense. They need scores, but obviously also stops. Not really consistently getting either of them. Inside pass to Stewart. Now they're getting some scores. Nice pass for Cade Cunningham there. Takes up yet another assist. But now they need to find a way to stop Miami's offense. Wiggins up top, dancing with it against Duncan Robinson. Again, they are picking on Duncan Robinson right now. Wiggins spins in the lane, throws up the floater, got it to go. They are picking on Duncan Robinson right now. My goodness, just unabashedly going right at him. Cade Cunningham has it up top. Might be time to pull him out of the game right now. Cade Cunningham, a pull-up straightaway three, comes up well short. A loose ball. Paul Reed able to fight for it, but knocks it over to Davion Mitchell. Swing, bullet pass over to Powell. Powell, too short on the three, can't get it to go. And Paul Reed pulls it out. SRTJ go. What's up, SRT? Appreciate you. Cunningham has it down low against Ware. Catches, pump fake, goes up and gets the finish. Nice finish and patience for Cade Cunningham there. Down low against Khalil Ware, a great shot blocker. Against Bam Adebayo, a really good rim protector. And he still got it to go down, but Pistons still find themselves down by 20, 82-62, 5:30 to go. Davion Mitchell picks up his dribble against Cunningham. He's got nowhere to go. Swings it over to Bam. Bam up top, swings through to his right. Stops, turns, faces up. Mid-range jumper, off the back rim, can't get it to go. There's a stop. Detroit needs a score now. Hit ahead pass to Robinson on the right wing. Hesitates, leaves it off. And a full run to the basket for Javonte Green, who throws it down over Khalil Ware. And a full Miami Heat timeout. Seems like Miami is resting on their laurels a little bit. It's going to give the opportunity for Detroit to make this comeback. I don't expect them to get blown out. They will get back into this game. Diego, what's up, Diego? Where's Jalen Duren? He is on the bench right now. They are looking for anybody to give them some offense. They put in Paul Reed here. Aaron Escobar, what's up, Aaron? Pistons are cooked. I wouldn't count them out just yet. 1991 BRYT. Britt? What's up, Britt? It's smart to pick on Duncan because he gets frustrated and it affects his shot. Good point. Good point. I'm sure Miami, who is the team that developed Duncan Robinson during his NBA career, would definitely know that sort of information. James Scrapes. What's up, James? How many points for Cade? We scroll down here. Cade Cunningham with 21, 5, and 5 so far tonight. SRT said, do you think Andrew Wiggins cashes 14.5? Maybe. Maybe. We'll look at his points right now. Stewart with 3, Robinson with 9, Paul Reed with 2, and Javonte Green with 2. So not a ton of scoring outside of Cade Cunningham on the court right now. Two Fly Money. What's up, Two Fly? Quentin Belcher. What's up, Quentin? Andrew Wiggins with 10. Can he score 3 more baskets or knock down a 3 and a 2? Probably. Probably. Ware with only 2 points tonight, but he does have 12 rebounds. Bam with 10 and 11. Norman Powell with 24. He's 9 for 16 from the floor. He's having a very good game. Davion Mitchell with 8 points and 9 assists. Excellent game for Davion Mitchell. And applying a lot of pressure to Cade Cunningham out on the perimeter. Played extremely well against him. Tyson Bryan said, do you remember the Heat were notorious for blowing double-digit leads in the fourth last year's team? I know that's last year's team, and no lead is ever safe. Absolutely. And then even in general in the NBA, no lead is ever safe. No lead is ever safe. Not with the frequency of how often teams are shooting three-point shots. All it takes is for a guy to catch fire. What if Marcus Sasser comes in, knocks down 3 straight threes? That knocks 9 points off the lead. It's 18 right now. All of a sudden, it's a 9-point game. It's back to single digits. We still have 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. We still have an entire 12-minute fourth quarter to go through. Game is far from over right now. Good timeout for Miami if they want to hold on to this lead. Ooh. Jalen Duren is out the rest of the game. They showed the replay on his drive to the basket. He rolled his ankle. Just took an awkward step and the ankle rolled on him. He is out for the remainder of the game. Goes back to the locker room. And he's done for the night. Did not seem serious. Continued to play. Miami turns it over. Here comes Detroit. Cunningham bringing it down, a pull-up three. Uh-oh. Comes up short on that one. Not a great shot, but they do grab the offensive rebound. Cade now manipulating down the lane. Draws the foul on Bam. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Live Bargain said live bets on points is easier to hit. Fair. 2 Fly Money said everything green on my bets, but this game, I'm rooting for you, brother. Fat Boy Mar, what's up, Fat Boy? Need Duren for 5 more boards? Well, he's done for the night. He is done for the night. Rolled his ankle. He will not play anymore. Quinn Belcher said Cade for 27 for me. Well, he's going to continue to score. He'll probably get to that 27. He'll probably have a 30 ball here tonight. He knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Right, he will dig into his bag and try to put the Superman cape on to pull his team back into this one. Quinn Belcher said Duren's been playing lax as of lately. I haven't been able to watch too many Pistons games. I've watched a couple as the Knicks have inched closer in the standings, so I've been keeping an eye on the Pistons games as often as I can, but Norman Powell draws yet another foul and a jump shot on Ron Holland there, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2. Cunningham missed the second free throw, by the way. But I can't say for sure because I haven't noticed too much. I haven't watched too closely on how Duren has been playing. Lawrence said Detroit still has a chance to win. They do. Detroit still has a chance to win for sure. This game is far from over. It is a 17-point game right now, 82-65. Rampage, what's up, Rampage? What do you think about All-Star on 4 assists? Powell knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. All-Star Thompson is not in the game right now, so I have to check the box score. Thompson has 2 assists. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like Thompson for assists right now. I don't think they're going to need bucket getters and offense here. Obviously, they're also going to need defense, but they're probably going to lean some on Robinson, going to lean some on Javonte Green. Not sure they're going to lean too much on Thompson here, so I don't like the 4 assists from him. Ron Holland gets it down low to Paul Reed. Reverse layup. Got it to go for Paul Reed. Excellent finisher around the rim for his size, man. As an undersized big. 84-67. Jaime Jaquez kicks out to Powell. Blowing past the defense in the lane. Throws up a high floater. Got it to go for Norman Powell. Continues to be a bucket getter out there. Back up to 19. The lead goes. Cunningham on the left wing. Waiting for his teammates to come down with him. Now coming to his right. Jovic switched on to him. Jovic has the size to guard Cunningham. But does he have the defensive liquidity? They kick it out to Ron Holland for a 3. Can't get it to go. Miami will live with Ron Holland threes all night long. Mitchell bringing it down. They swing it out to Jaquez. Extra pass to Powell as the trailer. A 3. Got it to go. And Miami continues to pull away. Man. Big time shot from Norman Powell there. Defense leading the offense for Miami. Not so much for Detroit. Detroit looks like they're running out of gas a little bit here. Holland cross-court pass to Green. They get it over to Reed. Paul Reed has it up top. Takes the handoff. Now gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham up top being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Crosses over to his left. Stops. Turns. Spins. They bring a double team. They kick it out to Stewart for a 3. And Stewart gets one to go down. They needed that. A bad double team, I think, from Bam Adebayo. Let Cade Cunningham settle for that mid-range shot over Davion Mitchell. Why double team that? Jaquez driving to his right on Stewart in the lane. They kick it out to Jovic. Jovic does no hesitation for a 3. Can't get it to go. Jovic looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down. Forgot to restart the timer. We got 3 minutes to go here. Cunningham bullies his way into the paint and draws a foul on Bam Adebayo. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. If you want to get back into a game, best way to do it is with the 3-point shot and with foul shots. They had Stewart knock down a 3. Now Cunningham getting to the foul line. Jason said Powell feeling himself. Going to need a Brunson-like performance from Cade. He's going to have to dig into his bag and find a Superman cape. He's going to have to dig this one out. 19-point deficit. He's at the foul line for 2 here. He missed a free throw in his previous trip to the foul line, but a perfect free throw there. Jerry said, is Wiggins still in? Wiggins is on the bench right now. Miami is out there with Bam Adebayo, Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell, Jaime Jaquez, and Nikola Jovic. Detroit is out there with Cade Cunningham, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Javonte Green, and Marcus Sasser comes in for Stewart. Stewart goes to the bench. Looking for some offense here is Detroit. Cunningham goes 2 for 2 from the foul line, 89-72, 3 minutes to go. My timer's about a minute behind, but we'll catch up. Jaquez on the right wing, quickly looking to attack, pulls it out, being guarded by Cunningham, blows past him along the baseline, throws up a floater, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, can't grab it. Paul Reed rips it away, and here comes Reed, bringing it down the other way, hit ahead to Sasser. Lead down to 17 now. Sasser dancing with it, a step back three over Bam. He gives it to him, and he pays the price as Sasser knocks down the pull-up three, and it's quickly down to a 14-point game. Game not over yet. Good timeout from Miami. Hey, Hazy said, why did I think this was the fourth? I don't know. It definitely has a little bit of a feel of the fourth. I'm with you. When I looked at the time we had remaining left, I was like, oh, we still have a whole fourth quarter to go. We still have 12 whole minutes to go. Texas, what's up, Texas? Cunningham has how many points? Cunningham is now sitting with 24 points. 6 rebounds and 6 assists for Cade Cunningham. Sasser with 9 big old points off the bench. Quinn Belcher said you called it with Sasser? Yeah, I mean, Sasser is like the archetypical player who can catch fire. You know, he's a good shooter, can be a bit of a streaky shooter. He had a really good night the other night. Who'd they play? The Lakers. He had a really good night against the Lakers, scored 19 points off the bench. They're going to need a similar performance here in the second half if they want to pull off this comeback. It's going to have to be some perimeter shots. It's going to have to be knocking down foul shots. And so far, that's the way they've knocked the lead down to 14 here. Cade Cunningham bullying his way into the paint and knocking down foul shots. Stewart knocked down a 3. Now Sasser's knocked down a step back 3. It's going to have to come from those guys. It's probably not going to come from Holland or Ivy or Thompson here. Although it can. Their defense can definitely lead to offense. But they need these guys to step up. Why is my timer stopped? Here we go. Down the lane, and Drew Smith quickly out of the timeout, just able to go along the baseline and knock down a layup over Paul Reed. Not good defense there. They get over to Sasser, coming to his right of a screen. They swing it over to Green, catches it on the run to the basket. Scoop blade with the right hand. Can't get it to go. No foul call. No, a late foul call, blocking foul. Will send Green to the foul line for 2 free throws. 2:18 to go here in the third quarter. Britt said, be careful with the Heat. Their record is misleading. They had a crazy strength of schedule early on. I hope people are taking the Heat seriously. The Heat are good. Heat are good. They rarely get blown out. They're in almost every game. Really high-powered offense. Play very quickly. Green knocks down the first free throw. We talked about getting back into games. Obviously, you need stops and scores. But the best way to get the scores, 3-point shots and foul shots. Vince says, I need to stop playing small ball. Brother, you need perimeter shooter. You need offense right now. Small ball is definitely the way to go. They get over to Jovic, driving it down, gets the ball knocked out of his hand by Paul Reed. Good defense. Now here come the Pistons, turning defense into offense. You need a bucket here. It's down to 14. Sasser on the right wing, coming to his right. Driving it down, pulls it back. Takes it up top to Holland. Holland pulls it out. Now attacking to his right. Putting his head down attacking. Smokes a layup. And a travel on Ron Holland. This is the guy you want in your starting lineup, huh, guys? This is the guy you guys wanted in the starting lineup. I like Ron Holland. But he's definitely not ready for that. Keep him on the bench. Let him learn. Here comes Miami bringing it down. Norman Powell to the rim, misses the scoop layup. Good defense from Paul Reed yet again. Here comes Marcus Sasser bringing it down the other way. Sasser dancing with it against Smith. Coming to his left. Picks up his handle. Swings it out to Green. Back to Sasser. Sasser calling for a screen. Gets it over to Reed. Paul Reed up top. Guarded by Powell. Hands it off to Sasser. Sasser coming to his right. Step back. Pump fakes. Good defense from Jaquez. Forces him to give it up. Ron Holland dancing with it. Driving to his right. Down the lane. High off glass. Got it to go. There you go, Ron Holland. You make a mistake on one end. And you make up for it on the next play. Haka, that's the exact kind of mentality you need to have. Haka's down the lane. They kick it out. Jovic an open three. Been misfiring all night. Misfires there. Haka's on the floor holding his head. He got hit. No foul called, though. And here comes Sasser. Straightaway three. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Would have been huge. Wiggins snags a big, strong rebound in the paint. It is 91-79. 12-point game. Powell fires a three. And that one hurts a little bit for the Detroit comeback. They were playing great basketball. Defense was leading the offense. They were building momentum. The crowd was starting to get back into it. And then Norman Powell knocks down a quick dagger three there to quiet the crowd for this quarter. Ivy has it up top, being guarded by Smith. They get over to Paul Reed. Paul Reed hesitates from three, driving to his left, leans in. Foul line pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Paul Reed. Here comes Drew Smith. Drew Smith has it up top, being guarded by Ivy. It's about a 11-second difference between game clock and shot clock. So Detroit will have one more offensive possession. Powell's going to drive down the clock as much as he can. A pull-up three over Javonte Green. Way off, can't get it to go. But Wiggins grabbed the offensive rebound, but lost it. Holland picks it up, and he's shot out of a cannon, but knocked out of his hands by Drew Smith. Now here comes Hawkins bringing it down the other way. Hawkins crosses over. They kick it out to Smith. Smith pump fakes. One dribble, pump fakes again. Now puts it up at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and that will be the end of the third quarter there. A 13-point lead for Miami going into the fourth is not insurmountable for Detroit. Detroit could absolutely pull this comeback off. Julio Cerstero, what's up, Julio? I need Hawkins one more bucket. He'll probably get it. Probably. YTW, what's up, YTW? Damn, I need Wiggins with two more boards. He's rebounding well tonight. Sage Mode, what's up, Sage Mode? Happy to see you again, brother. Gabby said, do you think Hawkins is going to hit 1-3? Probably not. Probably not. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Happy New Year to you, my brother. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I need Jovic to hit 11.5 points and assist. And Jovic has what? 5, 5, and 4. You need Jovic for what? 11.5 points and assists? Got 9. Joe said, who's in for the Pistons? The Pistons ended the third quarter with Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Javonte Green, Marcus Sasser, and Jaden Ivey. We'll see who they start the fourth quarter with. AB said, looks like the new mayor is a fan of Jalen Brunson. You think Dolan is going to let him in? He always lets the mayors in. They're the mayor. Lana Mona said, Detroit will make a comeback. I'm expecting a Detroit comeback for sure. Absolutely expecting a Detroit comeback for sure. Trevon Gant? What's up, Trev? You think Powell will hit another assist? Powell's a bucket getter. I expect Powell to end games with 0 assists. So, no. I don't expect Powell to get another assist. Personally. Miami with a 13-point lead. Powell with 34. Cunningham with 24. 13 rebounds for Bam. Cade Cunningham's the leading rebounder with only 6. That's not great. Davion Mitchell with 9 assists to Cunningham 6. He's the leader as well. Cade Cunningham leading all 3 statistical categories for Detroit is not a great sign for them. Part of the reason why they're likely down 13 here. 76 field goal attempts to 65. Miami winning the possession battle here. They made 12 threes to Detroit's 4. But you guys want them to lean away from small ball? No, they need shooting. They need shooting out there. Cav said Bam and Ware, both 12 boards. Absolutely. Yeoman's work down in the paint. Julian Medina, what's up, Julian? Powell, one more assist? Maybe. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Jovic hits Drew Smith, cutting back door, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Miami. Start of the fourth quarter. Here we go. Miami comes out with Wiggins, Fontecchio, Jaquez, Jovic, and Drew Smith. And the Pistons come out with Cade Cunningham, Paul Reed, Ron Holland, Marcus Sasser, and Jaden Ivey. 4 guys who can knock down a 3. Gee, I wonder why they're doing that. I wonder why, y'all. They kick it over to Jovic. Jovic crosses over to his right. And did he step out of bounds? Either way, it's a turnover. Whether he stepped out of bounds or they called a travel. Turnover on Jovic. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down the other way. Cunningham has it up top being guarded by Smith. They get it over to Reed. Hands it off to Ivy. Ivy gets it in the corner to Sasser. Taking the baseline. Gets caught in the air and throws it away. Bad turnover for Detroit. Miami will bring it down. Tyson said, not sure I like this Heat lineup. Wiggins, Fontecchio, Jaquez, Jovic, and Smith. It is a little bit wonky. No true center out there. Jovic, the tallest player, at 6'10". He's more of a perimeter player. They get it over to Fontecchio, taking the baseline. They try to kick it up top to Wiggins and stolen by Sasser. Here comes Cunningham, shot out of a cannon down the lane, throws up a floater. Misses the floater, but he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Joseph said, is All-Star Thompson in? All-Star Thompson is not in the game right now. Is Wiggins in? Wiggins is in the game right now. Manuel Mercado, what's up, Manuel? Is Herro ever going to play ball again? Yeah, it's been weird. He's been in and out of the lineup since coming back from the injury. You would think he would be fully rested up and ready to go, but is back out, missing games. Cunningham knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. 12-point game. Knock it to 11. Maybe said, I don't like any Heat lineup. Fair. Cunningham goes 2-2 from the foul line. It's an 11-point game. This could be anybody's game. 11-point lead is nothing in modern basketball. That is a nothing lead for Miami right now. Wiggins has it up top being guarded by Paul Reed, and they call a foul on Paul Reed reaching in. Not a great foul from Paul Reed. Giving them a free foul there. Chris said, where's Duncan? On the bench. Epic Kid Gamer, what's up, Epic? Need 1 point from Jaquez Jr. We'll see. We'll probably get it. Jaquez gets it out to Jovic. Jovic a right wing 3. They're daring him to shoot. He continues to oblige us. He can't get him to go down. Fontecchio battles for the loose ball, and he gets the layup to go after Wiggins knocked the rebound loose again. And Miami just beating them up on the boards there. And a blocking foul on the Heat. Who is that? Drew Smith, who tried to draw the charge on Cunningham there. But they call the blocking foul. Joseph Dalagan. Dalagan? What's up, Joseph? Appreciate you. Watching from the Philippines. Salute to you. AV said, I do like Eric Spoelstra. He's the best coach in the league for a reason. Hard not to like the best. They get it into Cade Cunningham. He has it up top being guarded by Wiggins. They hand it off to Sasser. Dribbles into a pull-up straightaway 3. Knocks it down for Marcus Sasser. It's a 10-point game. Who could have guessed it? We called it earlier in the game. They want to make this comeback. You're going to need 3-point shots and free throws. Jaquez dribbles his way into the paint and knocks down the floater over Cunningham. Sasser gets it over to Cunningham on the right wing, looking to attack. Behind the back pass to Reed. Reed fakes the handoff, gets it back to Cunningham, coming to his left off the Paul Reed screen. Jovic switched on to Cunningham. He's going to look to dance, crossover. Ooh, nice pass inside the Paul Reed, but gets fouled by Drew Smith. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Nice pass from Cade Cunningham. Great save from Drew Smith to force him to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Diego said, is Jalen going back in? Jalen Duren is out the remainder of the game. He will not play again tonight. Mega said, they're hooping now. They are hooping now. Lauren said, let's go Detroit. You're Paul Reed. You got to get that and one, man. Misses the first free throw. Great foul by Drew Smith. And now he comes out for Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell back in. Paul Reed's got one more coming. DQ to fit. What's up, DQ? How does Detroit even let this deficit happen? Because Miami's a good team and they knock down shots. And Detroit was not up to the task. It happens. Paul Reed knocks down his other free throw. They get it over to Wiggins, attacking the baseline. They kick it up top to Mitchell. Swings it out to Jaquez. Pump fakes, driving down. Stops. Takes it out to Jovic. Jovic, a right corner 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound. And Holland pulls it out. Here comes Sasser bringing it down the other way. Stop and pop out of the mid-range. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. High rebound. Paul Reed with the tip up and in over Jaquez. And another timeout for Miami. Paul Reed is working down there, man. He is working down there. He said, no Jalen Duren, no problem. I'm stepping in, coach. Sandy Flores, what's up, Sandy? Where's where? Where's where? Where's Bam? Where's either of them? They need defense and rebounding out there for sure right now. Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware both on the bench right now. 9:37 to go here in the fourth quarter, and it is a single-digit game. There are three major stages when making a comeback. Number one, getting it back to single digits, right? Nothing is going to happen if you don't apply pressure to the team trying to keep the lead. First layer of pressure is getting it back to a single-digit game. Detroit just accomplished that. It's 9, right? Second layer of pressure is then getting it to a single possession game. So 3 points or less then applies a ton of pressure to Miami because they'll feel like, man, we got to score in the next one or else we have an opportunity of either tying the game or giving up the lead. That's the second layer of pressure you have to overcome. The final layer of pressure, it is the hardest layer to break through. And it is finally overcoming the comeback and actually taking a lead because then that applies pressure to the team that gave up the lead to then try and keep up with you as now the team trailing. Right? If you want to make a comeback, you have to break through all three of those layers. Obviously, you have to take the lead at some point and win the game. But nothing will happen. Nothing will truly happen if you hover around it being 12. You have to break it to 9. Then nothing will happen if you're consistently trailing by 8 points the remainder of the game. Miami's not going to feel that much pressure. And AP with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, AP. You know you don't got to do that, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. AP said, Pistons, you can't play Charlotte and Washington or a handicap Laker team every day. Happy New Year. Well, the game's not over yet. Game's not over yet, AP. You don't want to eat those words. Jason said, any idea what the league should do about the constant fouling at the end of close games? Ruins the excitement of close endings? Yeah, sure. Intentional fouls. Intentional fouls with under 2 minutes to go. Is one free throw in the ball. Fixes it. Fixed. It's not a difficult thing to fix. One free throw in the ball. If you intentionally foul. How about under a minute? How about under 30 seconds? If you intentionally foul, it's one free throw in the ball. Boom. Fixed. Fixed. Blazers Gaming, what's up, Blazers? Jaime needs to score one more basket. Probably will. Here we go, we're back into it. Let's see what Miami comes out with. Detroit climbing their way back into it. Jaquez crosses over to his left, down the lane, throws up a tough floater, can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Cunningham in Detroit. Here comes Paul Reed after picking up the loose ball. Reed hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham hesitates from 3. Now driving to his left off the Reed screen. Pulls it out as Khalil Ware switched onto him. Cunningham down the lane. They kick it out to Sasser. They leave him open for the 3. And Sasser makes him pay, knocking it down. AP said, I eat my words every other day. Very fair, AP. Very fair. And it's a 6-point ball game, y'all. Mitchell driving it down to his left. Stops, turns, spins. Kicks it up top to Jovic. They get it over to Jaquez. Jaquez back to Jovic. He's going to quickly look to attack. Ivy off the bounce. Gets it inside the Wiggins. Pump fake. Stop. All the way jumper in the paint. Off the back rim. Rat rolls around. Nice soft touch on the jump shot. Gets a nice friendly roll. A nice friendly bounce. And he gets it to drop down. 8:30 to go. They get over to Sasser. Sasser on the right wing. They get it over to, who's in there? Thompson. Thompson hands it off to Cunningham. Crosses over to his left. Backing down Wiggins. They kick it out to Sasser. Hesitates. They run him off the line this time. Sasser in the paint. They leave it off to Javonte Green. Or is that Thompson? That's Thompson. Thompson loses the handle. And a shot clock violation out of bounds either way to turnover. Ball going back to Miami. Excellent defense from Miami. Good defense from Davion Mitchell there. Angel Baby, what's up, Angel? No comeback combo tonight. Still a lot of time left. A little over 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. It's an 8-point ball game. Could go either way. Mitchell has it up top. Swing it over to Ware. Ware back up top to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over to Jaquez. Jaquez is going to look to attack. Stop, turn, spin, down the lane, flips it up. Got it to go for Jaquez. And just like that, they're back up by 10. Okay? But you're hanging around. You're within striking distance if you're Detroit. You just got to keep playing your game. Cunningham along the right baseline, leans in, leaves it off for Ivy, cut into the basket. He couldn't handle the pass, and it's a turnover. Jaquez bringing it down the other way. They kick it up top to Wiggins. They spray it over to Jovic, now over to Mitchell. Dancing with it, pulls it back, up top. Jaquez, inside pass, Wiggins, pump fakes, has it in the post, fall away jumper in the paint. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And Pistons able to pull it out. Here comes Sasser bringing it down. Sasser step back, kicks it over to Reed. Back to Sasser, down the lane, slips, falls, saves it out to Thompson. Thompson coming to his right, hands it off to Cunningham. Quick catch and fire from three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Thompson knocks it out. Sasser, an open one off the relocation. And he got it to go. Marcus Sasser needs to change that last name to Assassin. 102-95. He is not allowing his team to go down without a fight. Jovic out of the post. They show double team. Tries to shovel it inside the Ware. Ware catches a tough pass. Gets fouled. He can't get the putback to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws, and we are under 7 minutes to go now. Angel said, "You're so happy?" I love basketball, brother. I love basketball. And these are very excellent, exciting plays here. Gotta love a comeback. I'm not rooting for either team, so it don't matter to me. I'm just here for a good night. Jason said Sasser did this the other night too. This is what Sasser does. Hello, Ware at the foul line. He knocks down the first one. Approaching the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. And Bam Adebayo and Norman Powell sub back in. Spent a little too long without them, in my opinion, but does finally get them back in the game. Dominic said Detroit's going to win. They have an opportunity here. Game could go either way at this point. They're in it. Hello, Ware gets both free throws to go. Back up to 9. Here comes Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. Cade on the left wing. Hands it off to Thompson. Thompson driving to his right. Herro steps in the lane. Scoop layup gets swatted out of bounds by Khalil Ware. Thompson looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Got to stop relying on the officials to bail you out. You're going soft into the paint, trying to hit a scoop layup with with 2 shot blockers nearby with Bam Adebayo and Khalil Ware. Can't do that and expect the refs to bail you out. Isaiah Stewart subbing in here. Coming in for Paul Reed. Excellent minutes from Paul Reed, man. Excellent minutes. Trev said, here's the chance for the assist for Powell. They get it into Green. Green is in the game as well. They get it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Mitchell. Coming to his left off the Stewart screen, and they call a foul on Stewart with the moving screen. Camilla said, looks like the Ole Miss game is going to beat Georgia. Nice. DeAnthony Robinson. What's up, DeAnthony? I need Duncan Robinson and Cade to hit one more 3 from our parlay. I don't watch Detroit. What is going on? Duncan Robinson's out of the game. He was getting picked on defensively, so they had to pull him out. Cade Cunningham's not much of a 3-point shooter, so that's going to be tough. Wiggins knocks down the left wing 3 off a pass from who? Davion Mitchell, who's done a great job of facilitating as Miami's now back up by 12, 107-95. Cunningham leaves it off for Stewart. Stewart in the paint, leaves it off for Javonte Green for a 2-handed slam. But now you're trading baskets. You need stops and scores. It's still hovering around 10. Not insurmountable with 6 minutes to go. Bam on the right wing. Fakes the handoff. Now leaves it off to Wiggins. Wiggins, jab step, coming to his left. He's being guarded by Sasser. Now they're going to look to pick on Sasser. And Sasser fouls Wiggins holding on to him. 6 minutes to go, y'all. Cisco Mendez, what's up, Cisco? 6 minutes to go. Mitchell has it up top. They get over to Powell. Powell coming to his left, driving it down, blowing past the defense in the lane. Pump fake, kicks it in the corner to Ware. Up top, Wiggins, an open 3. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. And a loose ball foul on Isaiah Stewart, trying to keep Bam Adebayo off the glass. 5:50 to go. 4 fouls on Stewart. Dominic, Detroit Grit. They still have time left, but time is not on their side for sure. Mitchell gets it over to Powell. Powell down the lane. Tries to kick it in the corner to Wiggins. Loose ball. Cunningham trying to save it. And then he does save it, and it's out of bounds off of Powell. Great effort. And second effort from Cunningham. The first, come up with the steal, knock the ball loose. And then second, dive out of bounds and knock it off of Powell. Now Cunningham has it up top. Coming to his left. Pocket pass inside to Stewart. Leaves it off for Javonte Green. Verse layup. Got it to go. Nice play. Nice ball movement and player movement from Detroit there. Back to 8. 107-99. Again, stops and scores. This is exactly what Detroit needs. More than enough time to make this comeback happen. Mitchell in the lane. They kick it out. Bam, an open corner three. And he knocks it down. Back-breaking shot for the Pistons. Bam has not been consistent from three as of late. Knocks down that corner three. Cunningham on the left wing. Attacking off the bounce. Stop, step back. Tries to kick it over to Stewart and turns it over as Bam saw it coming. And Bam bringing it down against Stewart. Finger roll layup. Can't get it to go. Wiggins tried to get the tip, but it's a wedgie. So it's going to end up being a jump ball. A wedgie is when the ball gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. Sage Mode said Haka is not closing the game. He is not in the game right now. Right now, it is the 5 starters for Miami. That would be Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and Kel'el Ware. Haka's back on the bench. TCG Wars, what's up, Wars? He needs to miss every shot moving forward for the Pistons to win. Not necessarily, but definitely need to miss a majority of their shots. Under 5 to go. Miami wins the jump ball. And Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Green. Mitchell dancing with it, driving to his left down the lane, throws up the floater. Wild shot, can't get it to go. Loose ball, and Wiggins comes up with a steal, foul on Green. Now Mitchell driving it down again, back up top to Wiggins, a straightaway three. Way off on that one, tossed up a brick. And Sasser picks up the long rebound, bringing it down the other way. Being guarded by Powell. Sasser coming to his right off the screen, driving it down in the lane, draws the foul. Before the shot attempt, they're going to say side out of bounds for Detroit. They are not in the bonus yet. 4:24 to go. Mayweather, what's up, Mayweather? Can I give you a quick summary about Davion? A quick summary about Davion, about the game he's had today? Knocked out of bounds by Wiggins. No, he knocks it off as Sasser. Andrew Wiggins. Nice defensive play there. Gets the possession back for his team. Lackadaisical pass from Cunningham there. A quick summary about Davion Mitchell, about his game? No, just as a player? He's a defensive first guard who has really started to round out his offensive game. He's not much of an attacker, but gets downhill and finds his teammate. Become a very good playmaker, and Cade Cunningham ends up fouling Wiggins, sending him to the foul line for 2. And Cade Cunningham looking a little frustrated here to end at the end of the game. They're only down 11 with 4 minutes to go, more than enough time. Alex Duran, what's up, Alex? Mitchell is, his nickname is Off Night. So his whole vibe is coming into the league was defense first. He's finally starting to round out his offensive game. That's how he's become the starting point guard here for Miami. Has really improved as a shooter. He's more of a standstill catch-and-shoot shooter, plays off of other players' offense, like Hawkes driving, usually finding Davion Mitchell to kick it out. But Davion Mitchell is also really good at attacking closeouts and also really good at hitting cross-court passes. He's thrown a couple of bullets tonight to Norman Powell. Wiggins rattles in both free throws. 112-99, 4 minutes to go here. Sasser bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by Wiggins. Sasser gets it over to Cunningham, swings through to his right. And another turnover for Cade Cunningham. And he'll never hit that next step in his career to true superstardom if he doesn't clean up these turnovers, man. Norman Powell breaks down the defense, kicks it over in the corner to Ware. Ware being guarded by Green. And knocked out of bounds by Thompson. It'll remain here with the Heat. So the Heat will inbound it. 3:40 to go. Cade Cunningham tonight has 7 turnovers. Can't win a game when you're your best player with 7 turnovers. Can't do it. Wiggins down the lane, leans in, a lot of contact, doesn't get the foul, doesn't get the layup to go, misses both tip-in attempts, and then the Pistons pull it out. Here comes Sasser bringing it down. They get over to Cade Cunningham, pump fakes from 3, being guarded by Bam, driving it down in the corner to Green. They run him off the line. Green driving it down against Ware to the basket, gets the finger roll layup to go. Oh, that's Thompson, excuse me. Thompson with the finger roll layup to go. 112 to 101, 3 minutes to go. Time not on Detroit's side, but they still have an opportunity here. Mitchell blows past Sasser, throws up a floater in the lane. Can't get the friendly bounce. Battle for the loose ball. Ware knocks it out. Knocked out of the hands by Mitchell, who grabbed it. Here comes Cade Cunningham. Out on the break. Layup can't get it to go, but a foul is eventually called, and Cunningham will go back to the foul line for 2 free throws. But we're under 3 minutes to go now, and they're trailing by 11. So now every point matters. Every free throw matters. Every shot matters. Every defensive stance matters. Time not on their side. Still an opportunity, not on their side. Anamona said, Detroit losing is good for the Knicks. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Johnny Bear said, Pistons going down. It's looking like it. Game's not done yet, though. Game's not done yet. We get a full timeout from the Pistons. Mia said, I got $75 on the Heat minus 6.5. Room for you. AB said, if only the Knicks didn't blow that game yesterday. It happens, AP. It happens. Nine points for Duncan Robinson tonight. He's played 20 minutes, and Detroit really couldn't bear to keep him on the court any longer than the 20 minutes he played tonight. He was really starting to get picked on. That's when Miami ended up going up by 20+. Is when they just decided we're going to include Duncan Robinson in every single action. We're going to get him switched on to Norman Powell, and Miami just took advantage of Duncan Robinson being on the court. That's going to be an issue come playoff time. And even Marcus Sasser, who has been really integral to them making this comeback here so far. 18 points off the bench, 4 for 6 from 3. It's going to be important for him to play good enough defense to keep him on the court. Because like Duncan Robinson, his offense is really important. His shooting is really important. Because without him, so far on the court for the Pistons, right now Pistons have Stewart, Cunningham, Thompson, Green, and Sasser. Nobody here is a reliable perimeter shooter except for Sasser. That's it. That's it. You know, like this is not going to get it done come playoff time. You need guys to knock down perimeter shots. And like, can Green hit a 3? He can technically hit a 3, but he's not a consistent three-point shooter. Like, defenses will live with a lightly contested Javonte Green 3. Same with Thompson. Same with Cunningham. Same with Stewart. Marcus Sasser is really the only guy teams are going to be concerned about shooting that three-point shot. Pinecone Bliss and Tobias and Karras are good perimeter shooters for Detroit. They are. And you're seeing how much they miss them tonight. Because they need perimeter shooters, specifically around a guy like Cade Cunningham, who has 26, 7, and 9 tonight. But he does have the 7 turnovers. And that's always been an issue throughout his career. Continues to be an issue. Even playing with another ball handler like Sasser in the game, Cade Cunningham's still turning the ball over. You would think that would take some of the pressure and responsibility off of his shoulders, but it's still an issue for him, even here in clutch situations in the fourth quarter. He's had really three really bad turnovers during this stretch run here. Keenar said, in short, Detroit needs Malik Beasley. I don't think they need Malik Beasley. They need another ball handler. They need another playmaker. I don't think missing Beasley is the issue. They have Karis LeVert. They have Duncan Robinson. Malik Beasley is not making up for the defense. It'd be difficult to keep Malik Beasley on the court as well, because he doesn't play any defense either. As a matter of fact, he's a worse defender than Duncan Robinson. Well, Robinson's still a better option over Beasley. I think Robinson's been an upgrade over Beasley. Cunningham knocks down both free throws. Detroit's not out of it. It's a 9-point game, under 3 minutes to go. Obviously, it's an uphill climb here, but they're not out of it. Power the three-point shot, but you got to get some stops. It's got to start with your defense. Your defense needs to lead your offense. Wiggins one-on-one, and Thompson forces the turnover. Good defense from the Pistons. Here comes Cunningham. Cunningham dancing with it, coming to his right of the screen. Going to look to attack against Jaquez, who's now in the game. Driving it down, scoop layup off glass. Can't get it to go. Jaquez with the rebound. And they get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down against Cade Cunningham. Mitchell gets caught in the air. Saves it inside the Bam. Bam gets grabbed. And it's a foul on the floor. 2:18 to go. They really needed a shot there, or at least a foul. Cade missed the layup. Good defense from Miami. You know, I said, didn't Detroit lose Alexander Walker? That's a big deal, too. Detroit did not lose Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker was on the Minnesota Timberwolves last year, brother. Bam at the foul line for 2. Got it to go. The only guy that they lost that would have been a part of their team this year is Beasley. The only guy. 1 point to the wrong side. Miami knocked down that free throw. And Bam knocks down both. Back up to 11 with 2:18 to go. Time not on Detroit's side at all. Cade coming to his right. Being guarded by Wiggins. Lost the handle. Sasser able to pick it up, though. Sasser on the right wing, being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Jab step, swings through to his left. Stop, pump fake, leans in, leaves it off for Thompson. Thompson tries to step through, gets tied up. Draws the foul, though, on Norman Powell. Thompson hit the floor hard. Fell flat on his back. But he'll pop up and he'll shoot 2 free throws here. Rampage said, did they take an assist away from... Did they take an assist from Saucer? From All-Star? I don't know. Camilla said this game's been over from the third quarter. I guess, technically, if Miami's able to pull it out, but they had a 22-point lead, and it was cut down to 6. So. Mayweather said, I thought Ivy was supposed to be Cade's relief. He was, and then, unfortunately, he broke his leg. And his development has kind of been set back from there. Thompson, not a good free throw shooter, misses the first one. A little over 50% from the foul line for him this year. Does knock down the second one. A true 50% shooter. Splits the free throws. Mitchell bringing it down. They get it over to Bam. Bam bringing it down against Stewart. 1:50 to go. Bam has it up top. They're just going to wind down as much clock as they can. Holding on to a 10-point lead here. 114-104. Bam coming to his left off the Powell screen. They get it over to Powell, being guarded by Stewart. Waving everybody away. Like I could take him one-on-one. Powell. Rhythm dribble. Sidestep 3. Fading out of bounds. Shot up an air ball. And a shot clock violation. I thought the way it hit the net looked like it went in, but it was an air ball. It only hit the net, didn't hit the rim. $1:30 to go. Sasser gets it over to Cunningham. Got to start chucking up threes, and Cunningham knocks it down straight away. 114-107, 7-point game, 1:20 to go. Miami bringing it down. Stewart picking up Bam. Bam driving to his left. Ball knocked out of his hands by Cunningham. The 2-on-1 fast break. They leave it off for Thompson, and Thompson gets a 2-handed slam on the break, and a timeout from Miami. Game's not done yet. 5-point game with a minute to go. Could go either way. It can go either way. I don't know how much NBA basketball you guys tune into, but this is a regular occurrence on every single night. Teams make comebacks all the time, and especially when you have technically the better team in Detroit trailing Miami. Pretty good chance Detroit's not going to go down without a fight. And they're fighting. Namara said, let's go, Knicks fans. Happy Pistons seem like they're losing. Still got some time left. Not over yet. Two Fly Money said, should have been playing like this from the third quarter. Sure, brother, sure. I'm sure they tried to play like this in the third quarter. This is why you play the games. Full timeout from Miami. They have 1 timeout remaining. Detroit has the 2 timeouts remaining. Coming out of the timeout, Miami will have the ball. They still have the same starting 5 in there. Well, actually, they don't. They have Jaquez in there instead of Khalil Ware. Lauren said, we good? Let's see. Lauren said 1-3 Cade. You got it. You got it. Two Fly Money said, but Miami is good, so we can't be too mad. Miami is good. Miami is good. Mitchell needs to get it in. They get it into Powell. Powell being guarded by Sasser. They want to pick on this matchup. Powell has it up top. Driving to his left. Off a Bam screen. Down the lane, flips it up at the rim, can't get the layup to go. Cunningham with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Cunningham leaves it off for Green, back to Cunningham, driving to his right. They show a double team, they kick it out to Green. Green, a right wing three. Got it to go, Javonte Green. It's a 2-point ball game with 45 seconds to go. Miami bringing it down. Jaquez has it up top. Guarded by Green. Jaquez driving to his right. Stops. Crosses over to his left. Backing down Green. Backing him down. Stop. Turn. Fall away jumper along the baseline. Got it to go. Smooth move from Jaime Jaquez. And a full Pistons timeout with 30 seconds to go. They trail by 4 points. Mr. Nixon said, Chevy called it. It ain't over. It's almost like we do this every night, Mr. Nixon. It's almost like we watch these comebacks happen every single night. Monday through the weekend, 6 days a week. How many times do we tune into these games and see these comebacks happen? Whether Detroit pulls it out or not, I knew this was going to come down to the wire. We talked about it earlier in the game. We talked about it when Miami went up by 15. We talked about it when Miami went up by 20. Expected Detroit comeback. The Fleas. What's up, Fleas? Juan Wick. Cecilia Lopez and my parlays on Miami. 28 seconds left. My timer's still thinking? No, my timer's good. 28 seconds to go. Timer ticked too far down. We have 28 seconds left. Mr. Nixon said, fill in the blank. Cade is the best Detroit Pistons since. Chauncey Billups. Rasheed Wallace. That 04 team. Pick any guy on that 04 team. Since those guys. Small Butterfly. What's up, Small Butterfly? Thanks, Miami. $1 million. Let's go. Shout out to you. Thompson turns it over on the inbound. They get it over to Jaquez, and that should be a dagger. Jaquez has it up top. They have to use a foul. They get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell runs away from Cunningham. They swing it out to Wiggins. Wiggins back up top to Powell. They can't foul him. Now they eventually foul him. 15 seconds to go. Excellent job by Miami to keep the ball away from the Pistons. Terrible job by the Pistons. As soon as you turn that over, you try to corral the ball, and once he makes that pass into the open court, you foul immediately. They let way too much time to tick off the clock, and they let them get the ball back into the hands of Powell, who's a knockdown free throw shooter. I dropped my microphone. And now it's a 5-point game with 15 seconds to go, and that's likely the dagger. That's likely the dagger. Powell made the first one, knocks down the second one. 15 seconds to go. Green's going to bring it down. Going to blow past the defense, lefty layup. Smokes a layup. Bam with the rebound. And Miami will dribble the ball out, and that will be our final score right there. What an ending. Detroit, great effort to make a big old comeback, but we talked about the 3 layers of making the comeback. They could not get over that final hump. They took the lead, but they couldn't hold on to the lead. And Detroit goes down. Detroit loses yet another game, 25-9. The Knicks crawl back to being 1 game behind the Pistons. Right? The Knicks lost to the Spurs in a game in which they had a 19-point lead. And now the Detroit Pistons end up losing to Miami. So they'll drop to 25-9. The Knicks in at 23-10. And they have a matchup coming up pretty soon. Battle for the 1 seed is going to heat up as the season continues. Here we go, y'all. My goodness. Mr. Nixon said, 1 game behind, baby, let's go. Let's go. Technically 1.5 as Detroit loses tonight. But 1 back in the loss column. 1 back in the loss column. let's go around the league a little bit. The other games have yet to tip off, but we are approaching halftime. Philly up by 10 to Dallas here tonight. Maxey was 16-7. The Flea said Knicks will be number 1 soon. Not worried about it because they'll be there. They'll be there. AP with a very generous super chat. You don't got to keep doing this, AP. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. They can't play Washington and Charlotte all the time. We got to play back-to-back. Why did they get Cleveland next on 2 days of rest? Thanks for what you do, Chef. Appreciate you, AP. Appreciate you. The Knicks will have their soft spots in the schedule, right? The Knicks will have their time to have rest and soft spots in the schedule. They'll have their time. Right now, the Pistons having a little bit of a soft spot, having some days of rest, extra days of rest. They just went on a West Coast road trip where they dropped 2 games. So that was a little bit of a tough stretch. Now they lose to Miami at home in the return. Suffering some injuries. As the Knicks get healthier, they will play better. The schedule will lighten up. But look, they'll have their opportunities. They're going to play the Pistons coming up soon. So they'll have their opportunities to take that 1 seed if they really want it. AB said Adam Silver wants Detroit to finish first. Hey, man, you got everybody plays a similar schedule, right? Everybody plays a similar schedule. You play everybody in your division 4 times. You play everybody in your conference at least twice. You play everybody in the West Coast at least twice. Everybody plays a similar schedule. Obviously, the thing that's different is the rest times, the travel schedules. The Knicks have not had a very kind schedule in terms of their travel. They've had very, very weird travel schedules this year, and that's really been the toughest part of their schedule, right? It's not really the opponents, it's the travel that they've had. It's been rough. Lamar said the Pistons play the Cavs next, and the Cavs have been playing very well, but they play them on Sunday, 2 o'clock start time for that game. Maybe we'll do that game. Maybe we'll do it. We'll see. If the Knicks win both of these back-to-backs, we might do that game Sunday. We'll see. But any other games, the Rockets ended up blowing out the Nets, to be expected, and then the Heat beat the Pistons, which was nice. And that's pretty much it. The other 2 West Coast games have yet to tip off. They're tipping off. Still have some time. It's 9:30 here on the East Coast, so still a half hour before the Celtics-Kings game tips off. 76ers and Mavs are in halftime, but that's going to wrap it up here tonight. Tomorrow's game, the Knicks play their first game on the first night of a back-to-back. They play the Atlanta Hawks with Kristaps Porzingis likely available. We'll see about Trae Young. As a matter of fact, we can open up their injury list here on ESPN. Not always accurate, but they can tell us right now Trae Young's day-to-day with a quad injury is listed as questionable for Friday's game against the Knicks. I wonder if they're going to want to keep him out of that one, especially with trade season heating up a little bit here. But we got a couple of good games on tomorrow. Nuggets taking on the Cavs. The Nuggets obviously extremely injured, so probably not the greatest game there. You got Spurs, Pacers, Magic Bulls, Thunder Warriors, and Grizzlies Lakers as a late game. But that's going to wrap it up. That's going to wrap it up right there. The Fleet said agree, AP. Philly's record is deceptive. They've been playing the weakest team. They have been playing some weak teams. But listen, you can only play who's in front of you. As long as you're pulling out the victories you're supposed to pull out, that's all you can really ask for. Well, that's going to wrap up our show here tonight. That's going to wrap up our New Year's Day show. The party is over. 2026 has begun. The week starts. And here we go. The holiday season is officially over. Today is the last holiday, technically, of the season, right? We go from October and Halloween to November and Thanksgiving to December and all of the holiday season and cheer with Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all of the things to New Year's Day, and we are officially here in 2026. So I look forward to a fruitful 2026. I salute to everybody in the chat for hanging out with me here tonight. Another successful stream, another successful show. I appreciate you guys, all of the support that you guys have been showing everybody. Thank you guys yet again. We will be back tomorrow. We will be back the next day. You can't get rid of me. I will continue to go live. We will be here for the next one. Appreciate y'all. Joseph said, why no Dan is so frustrating? Got Marcus Sasser. Minutes. It's going to get difficult to play all of your guys. AP said, Knicks need to fix their defense problems. Stop playing around. Sure. This is a conversation we're going to have all year long, brother. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. AP, you've been incredibly generous, brother. Thank you, man. You know you don't have to do that. I'm talking to you all night long in the chat, brother. You don't have to give me money. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you guys for all of the support. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye. Hold on. Bye.